morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, everywhere, all around the world and beyond. This is Golf Mike Zero, Uniform Bravo. Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland, your net control for the International Radio Network's KB1 Multi-mode net, which will begin in approximately 2 minutes' time. Please, folks, stand by for the net. Thank you. It's Friday, it's 9 p.m. here in the UK, and that can mean only one thing, folks. It's time for this week's edition of the International Radio Network's KB1 Multi-mode net. This is Golf Mike Zero, Uniform Bravo. Graham here with Mike 7, Hotel Quebec Sierra. Helen, Queen of Scotland, monitoring from the Royal Bogs. Before we get going proper, folks, let me just find out if there is any emergency or priority traffic. If so, please call now. Very good. Nothing heard. Well, folks, this night does meet every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 9 p.m. UK time, presently 2000 UTC. And there are, of course, many ways and many modes that you can access this net. And for details of the IRN multi-mode system, please check out our website. That is allthews.irn.radio. That's irn.radio. We are, of course, permanently connected to our friends at the Extended Freedom Network, and you can find out more by visiting allthews.extendedfreedom.network, extendedfreedom.network. And at this time, I want to say thank you to everybody else who's connected out there. ZMR, I know Do Drop In will be there. The Worldwide Rag Amateur Radio Network may be there. And others, you know who you are. Thank you, all the people, for connecting up all the different networks and nodes and repeaters and gateways. You guys do stuff we just wouldn't be able to have the same kind of net. So thank you so much. And GM0UUB here, and continuing, we are, of course, where am I? Oh yes, there we are. Please be mindful, folks, of this fantastic multi-mode system and observe a little bit of social distancing. That's a pause of around about 4 or 5 seconds in transmissions, just to allow the fantastic multi-mode connections to take a little breather and to reset. Also, be mindful of the 3-minute timeout. Yes, folks, we love all your news and all your views, but if you think you're coming anywhere close to 3 minutes, just take a little pip or a pause. Both work equally well, and then it's dropping and we don't get the rest of your transmission. So take a pip and a pause or whatever it might be, just from time to time. That would be fantastic. We are also loggers. If you want to use your NetLogger application there, you can just select the net, IRN KB1 Multi-mode net, and you can see the check-ins being populated on screen in front of you, and also make use of that wonderful, almost instant message blue chat box window there. I'll keep an eye on that as much as I can as well. Okay, I'll take a wee pause.
This is Kilo 7, Hotel Lima Delta. Dave in Portland, Oregon. That's Kilo 7, Hotel Lima Delta. Dave in Portland, Oregon.
Fellowship. This is a directed net, and when checking in, folks, please give me your call signs slowly, phonetically, and twice. That's slowly, phonetically, and twice, and we'll try and get you on the log the first time round with no mistookie. Okay, folks, well, it is, of course, Friday. We've got a podium to fill as the first round of check-ins, folks. Anything can happen, but also, if you happen to be mobile or short time, do let me know, and I'll try and remember to take you first. Okay, once again, folks, this is GM0UUB, your net control, looking for check-ins. Please call now.
2 Whiskey 0 Kilo Yankee Hotel. 2 Whiskey 0 Kilo Yankee Hotel, Declan in Newport, South Wales.
Hotel Lima Delta. Dave in Portland, Oregon. KK7 Ham License Dave. Good morning or afternoon.
Victor Echo 4 Yankee Lima. This is Victor Echo 4 YYL. Lucy from Winnipeg, Manitoba, short time.
At control, check in, Kilo Bravo 1, Uniform Papa Zulu, that's Kilo Bravo 1, Uniform Papa Zulu, Bob in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Kilo Foxtrot 5, Uniform Charlie Oscar. Kilo Foxtrot 5, Uniform Charlie Oscar, Rick in East Texas.
At control, this is Kilo Delta 8, Bravo Oscar Quebec. Kilo Delta 8, Bravo Oscar Quebec, Corey in the Great Lakes state of Michigan.
Okay, folks, let me just hold up there. Don't want to get the list too long, as people sometimes haven't the time to hang around by the time we get around to them. So let me tell you who I do have. We've got Corey out there in Michigan. Good to see you again there, Corey. KD8, BOQ, you're on the list. We've got KF5, UCO, that's Rick. Rick, you're on the list all the way from Texas. We've got Uncle Bob out there in Springfield, Massachusetts, KB1 UPZ. You're on the list. And then we come to the podium, folks. Yes, on the podium. Well, I have to get, I think I got, no, I got this one right. Victor Echo 4, Yankee Lima. That's Rosie. So great to see you there, my friend, all the way from Canada. And did I get this one right? I don't think it was Roger. KK7, KLD. I think I got the KLD right, which means at the top of the list, of course, is Declan, all the way from Newport, South Wales, 2 Whiskey 0, Kilo Yankee Hotel in gold position. Okay, first of all, there was a short time there. That was Rosie. But Rosie, please just stand by. Let's get the second call sign there. I've got it ending in Kilo Lima Delta. I think I maybe messed up the prefix. So the Kilo Lima Delta station, can you come back again with your call?
It's Kilo 7, Hotel Lima Delta. Ham License Dave, how you doing? Kilo 7, Hotel Lima Delta.
Very good, Dave. Sorry. Yeah. There was the suffix I messed up. Okay, no, I've got that right. Okay, we'll get that changed there. Good stuff. Okay, Dave, with you shortly. But let's go to the short time station first, and that's Rosie all the way from Winnipeg. Victor Echo 4, Yankee Lima from GM0 UUB Net Control. Rosie, welcome. Happy Friday.
Thank you so much, Graham, and hello to everyone on the net. This is Victor Echo 4 Yankee Lima. I just want to give you one for the count. You take care, Graham, and nice hearing you all the time on the different nets as well. So 7-3, and have a wonderful weekend.
Well, Rosie, thank you so much for stopping by here. I really do mean that, my friend. I think this may be the first time you've checked in to the IRN KB1 Multi-mode net, so don't be a stranger. We love to have a nat here, and yes, I certainly do recognise your voice and your call from other places, especially the Alaska morning net, so great places to be, that's for sure. Rosie, don't be a stranger, please. Next time we'll let you go. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and hopefully we'll speak again very soon. So we'll say 70 Yankee Lima, and let's go up to the top of the list and the top of the podium. Indeed, that's where we find our friend Declan, the kind young ham. 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel from GM0 UUB. Declan, welcome. Happy Friday. The mic is yours.
Well, from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. Hello, and hello again. Hopefully you're doing well, and thank you very much for taking my check-in as usual. I just wanted to say that exam season's going pretty well for me at the moment. Not too much to really in terms of that, but however, it is still quite good to be on here and to be able to well, hold on, I'm getting a little bit caught. Right, exam season's going well. I've had 5 of my exams so far, which are mathematics, numeracy, biology, English literature, mathematics, and chemistry I've had so far. I now have 3 exams before half term and a further 7 after. So with today's exam, I am now a third of the way done with my exams, which is kind of crazy to think about. But hey, here we are, closer to the end of the exam season, and meaning that even closer to results day as well, which is in August. I'm looking forward to getting those GCSE results. Obviously, I first got to my GCSEs, but that likely won't be a problem. I'll be able to do that just fine. So yeah. Outside of school, things are going well for me as well. I'm looking forward to half term, as that's coming up soon in a week's time. I'll probably use that to do a bit of revision and also to get some well-needed rest in the high time of my exam season. I will be about halfway done with exams by half term, which is honestly scary to think, because in a week's time I'll be half done with my exams. Wow. Simply wow. And there's not really too much else to really say there. So hopefully everyone's doing well, and with that, I'll pass it back to you, Graham. GM0 UUB from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel.
Well, Declan, thank you so much. I don't know if you had a stopwatch put on yourself there, sir, but that was just an absolutely bang-on 3 minutes. No, just started to call the timing out just as you finished there, so absolutely fantastic. Well, I'm glad things are going well for you, of course, there, and a third of the way through. In a week's time, you'll be halfway through, then take a little break. Wonder how long do you have for half term? Is it a whole week off? I don't know if you've got any plans of what to do with it, apart from obviously doing some studying, but having some rest as well. So I wonder if you've any plans for any activity in half term. Hopefully the weather will be good for you. The weather here has been absolutely fantastic over this week. It really has. Tomorrow's meant to be a little bit more cloudy, or at least quite a lot of sea fog and mist meant to be rolling in. I can see some of it already, so I think that's going to take up tomorrow. But hopefully by Sunday we're back to sunshine again. So anyway, Declan, yeah, any plans for half term? And oh yeah, the other question I had for you is, you said you get your results for your exams from school in August. Now, do you get them like they do over here in Scotland? The youngsters have done for several years. They get them through text messages on the specific day. The text opens up and gives them all their results and everything else. No longer having to wait for something to be posted through your door or posted up on the school wall or whatever it might be. So do you get your results through by text message, I wonder? Anything else? I'm not too sure. Anyway, any plans? 2WZYH from GM0UUB.
Okay, from 2 Whiskey 0 Kilo Yankee Hotel. To answer your question there, the results are like all sent into the school and then given out to the students or mailed to them if they can't attend that day. But all of the GCSE results get released at the same time, and in like late August typically. So we don't get to find out the results until then. I presume the schools will probably get the envelopes probably before that date, and then they would like to hand out those results on. I'm not sure what the day is this year. Let me quickly check. Results day 2024. Stand by. I'm just looking it up. Results day 2024 is the 22nd of August. So, wow. That is honestly crazy to think that it's that close now, I think. Let's check. Yeah, GCSE is 22nd of August. Wow, that is close. That's very close. And that's honestly sort of scary to think of. So, oh well. Anyway, does that answer it for you? I'm pretty sure it's like a different way than in Scotland. Back to you.
Oh, thank you, Declan. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I mean, you'd think I was, I hadn't been a head teacher at all. I think in Scotland the youngsters you had to sign up if you wanted to get your results kind of texted to you and stuff. You had to sign up for it. It wasn't a kind of automatic thing. And you're right. I mean, I remember you used to get all the results in delivered by courier one day, and then the following day the youngsters were popping in to pick them all up and everything else. So that was always a very kind of exciting time. And the teachers always took it really, really serious, and of course understand, because it reflects in their teaching skills and abilities as well. They want all their students to flourish and do well. So they're very, very important. And yeah, so it's exciting times for everybody. August when these results come out, that's for sure. But anyway, Declan, no, that's great, sir. Thanks so much for checking in. I'll pass it back. And yeah, the other question was, of course, any other plans apart from rest and a little bit of study for half term? So one more time back to you, sir, from GM0UUB.
No, from 2 Whiskey 0 Kilo Yankee Hotel. Not really anything planned at all. But hopefully, everything goes like well. And yeah, a week off, which is great in high exam time because it gives a little more opportunity for revision, but also to relax in the middle of very tiring string of days and events. So, wow. There we go. Going to go ahead and pass back to you from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel, and you can go ahead and move along.
Well, thanks so much again there, Declan. Always great to talk to you on a Friday, for sure. And hey, listen, you had quite an easy road into the top of the podium there. Didn't hear DJ Dave there, so either he was completely trampled on or he's a little bit late in showing up today. So good fun. Anyway, Declan, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well. Say hello to your mum and dad for us. And that would be fantastic. And well, maybe they'll even check in. You just never, ever know, that's for sure. So we'll say 73 in the meantime. All the best, sir, to 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. And with that, we're going to go to silver position on the podium today, and that's Ham Licensed Dave, all the way from Portland, Oregon. KK7 HLD from GM0 UUB Net Control. Dave, welcome, sir. Happy Friday, and how are you? The mic is yours.
Well, thank you very much there, Graham. I got to say hi to you and to the boss lady, Helen, there. I'm doing okay. Kiro, the puppies in my lap in my unique furball report. Henry, the other puppies on the floor. Can't even tell where the cats are. They're not in the room, I don't think. I think they're in the other room. So, normal furball report, I guess. Kira's trying to stick her head in my face. Can't talk on the microphone. And it's a pretty decent day out there. I think most of the overcast went away. A little sunny, and it's a nice cool day, which I'm happy about. I think my asparagus has run its course. I think there's one sprout out there. Maybe it's probably chopped down. That may be all I get. We'll see. Yeah, not too much going on. Got some tomatoes growing, and they got tomatoes on them. They're still small and they got lots of blossoms, and they got some jalapeno plants, but they're just barely growing. They aren't quite as old. So yeah, pretty normal day. Trying to see if I'm ambitious enough to go work on an antenna project, because I certainly am not going to get too hot working out in the shop today. And back to you, Graham, from KK7HLD.
Well, thank you so much, Dave, and thanks, of course, for the furball critter reports and everything else. We always like them, that's for sure. And well, our boy Mac, the big yellow Labrador, he's doing fine, although he does feel the heat. I mean, we've had some wonderful weather this week, but it does get hot. I mean, well, hot for our standards here in central Scotland. We've been up to around about kind of 23. One day we were up to maybe 25 towards 26 degrees centigrade a few days ago. Yeah, we don't see those temperatures very often. So I know it's no great shakes for some people across the pond especially, but yeah, it's hot for us, and it's hot for our dogs that aren't used to the heat. And you've got to make sure the pavements, the sidewalks, if you like, the tar and everything else isn't kind of overheating, because it can be very, very hot in their paws walking along. So we always have a wee feel of the road surface and just see how hot it is before taking your animals out on a very sunny day, especially in the middle of the day. There we go, a wee critter safety announcement there. So anyway, David, thank you, and great to hear about your plants and your vegetables there all happening, and asparagus season coming to an end. I do love asparagus. I think we just don't have it enough. But yeah, I certainly do love asparagus. It's a beautiful, beautiful taste, that's for sure. Anyway, Dave, do you have anything else for us before we move on, sir? KK7 HLD GM0 UUB. Back to you, sir.
Well, certainly, Graham. First off, say thanks for coming by the Alaska Morning Net. or afternoon, yeah, net for you guys. And saying hi many times, and of course saying something about this net, so I knew where to go. It doesn't get probably hot enough to worry about over there, but if it does get hot, 25 or 30, don't ever wet your dog down and let them outside, because they don't cool down through their skin. You'll just trap hot water next to them, and that's really bad. They can walk through a puddle, and it's much safer, but you don't want to get them wet. Don't want to wet them down if they're going to be outside in the hot. Anyways, as always, it's great to hear from you, and I hope you're doing as good as you say, and that Helen's keeping you under control, and we will talk to you later. KK7HLD over 2GM0UUB. Graham, back to you.
Well, thanks again so much there, Dave, for stopping by. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, well, Helen's doing her best to keep me kind of on the straight and narrow. It's a bit of a full-time job from time to time, but there we go. That's what it is. She signed up for it when she said, I do. That was in the contract, well understood at the time, so no complaints can be had. Hi. Anyway, David, you have a wonderful weekend, you and yours, your fluff ball and other critters there and everything else. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and stay well there, David. And thanks so much for stopping by again. Really do appreciate that. So, we'll say 70 to keep. Spoke to Rosie. So next up, folks, is Uncle Bob, all the way from Springfield, Massachusetts, the owner of the International Radio Network. Kilo Bravo 1, Uniform Papa Zulu. Welcome, sir. Happy Friday, and the microphone is all yours.
KB1 UPZ returning. Good evening, Graham. And I know Helen's in the background. Good evening to her as well. And good evening to everybody else that's here on the net. Sounds like you got a lot of nice, friendly people out there. That's really good. We're having a good day today in Springfield, Massachusetts. It's about 74 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun is shining. No rain in sight for a while. That's a good thing. Barbara's on her way home from the store. She wanted to go by herself. Something she hasn't done in a while. She feels good enough to do that, so I wasn't going to stop her. Other than that, we're going to sit down in about another 45 minutes and have our dinner. All the best to everybody here on the net. Back over the net control. This is KB1 UPZ. Thank you, Graham.
Well, thank you, Uncle Bob, for the time to stop by, as you always do. Really do appreciate that. And thanks for letting us know about Auntie Barbara there. Glad she's feeling good and able to do a little bit of shopping and stuff. So that's absolutely fantastic. Well, of course, as ever, when Auntie Barbara does come through the door, if you don't mind just giving her a wee gentle Scottish squeeze from myself and Helen, that would be amazing. Thank you very much. And thanks again for being there, Uncle Bob. Really do appreciate that. So stay safe, stay well. No doubt we'll catch you again very soon. So we'll say 73 to KB1 UPZ. With that, we're going to go down to Kilo Foxtrot 5, Uniform Charlie Oscar. It's Rick, I think it is. Is it Rick? All the way from Texas. So welcome, happy Friday, and the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
Thanks for letting me in there, Graham. I'm trying out a new microphone on my iPad, so I hope it's working okay. And yeah, I've got 3 pooches here, and they're wonderful, but you've got to really be careful, especially in Texas. East Texas gets very humid, so even though you may think that the temperature isn't very high, if you factor in the humidity, it can be very dangerous. And there's actually a formula for it. If you go online, it'll tell you what the formula is. It's, heat plus humidity, and if it's above a certain level, you need to get the little guys inside. You really do. Right now, fantastic day in East Texas. But next week it's going to be in the 90s Fahrenheit. Let you do your own conversion. Anyway, no matter how you convert it, it's going to be hot. That's the bottom line. So, yeah, lots of luck to Declan and his exams and everything. And hopefully I'll hear Declan on the Scars Network tomorrow morning. Anyway, we're just enjoying ourselves on the back porch, playing radio and enjoying the great day. So thanks for letting me in here, Graham. I really appreciate it. K5UCO, back to net control.
Well, thank you so much, sir. And yeah, your microphone, I can report, is working well there, nice and clear. It's not too loud, but well, you don't need it very loud. It's not too quiet either. It's just about right. So, no, it's working fine for you there, sir. Good your audio, so that's all you need. So, congratulations on the new microphone. I think you said it's connected to the iPad. So, I wonder what application you're using to connect. Probably Echolink, I would imagine. Not too sure. But anyway, thank you so much for being there, and thanks for your wise words as well about looking after your critters in the warm weather. You know, it's I think it can be easy to forget. You know, I mean, when I take out our Labrador here, I kind of do it first thing in the morning, and then kind of later in the evening when it's a bit cooler. When we've had all these kind of sunny days, going out bang on midday, it's just not good. It's not good for them, and no, you keep as you say, keep them indoors in the shade, and keep them nice and cool. That's just what they need. So anyway, yeah, just out of nosiness, can I throw it back to you one more time? You're using your iPad with your connected microphone. Is it Echolink you're on there, sir, or are you using some other app? KF5 UCO from GM0 UUB.
Yes, sir. I love my Echolink. I've got it on my phone most of the time. I use my iPad and a few applications. Like I'm a moderator over on the Coffee Shop Net. That's K6FN server. Get a plug in there. When I'm over there, I usually use my PC. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Love that Echolink. That's the first thing I really discovered when I became a ham 11 years ago, and you know, it's a wonderful thing for people that can't afford a lot of expensive toys, or if you're on a fixed income, or if you're in an assisted living center or someplace you can't put up an antenna. Echolink is the way to fly as far as I'm concerned. Really a fantastic application, and you know, now that they've got the CQ function on there, I'm using it more than ever. So go figure. Anyway, it was fun being in here. I try to remember to get in here. It's the middle of the afternoon over here in Texas, so it's kind of hard to remember. That's usually the time of day I'm either doing something or taking a nap. But since I discovered the X-Freedom folks, I've been trying to get in there every Friday. So expect me to be a regular visitor. God bless everybody. And hey, remember the people in Houston, Texas. They had a tremendous 4 people were killed down there. So so remember to pray for me if you get a chance. Okay, K5UCO, back to you, Graham.
Very good. Thank you so much, Richard. You dropped out with me towards the end. I think you were still going through the road. I saw the light on. Right, okay. You were mentioning, just before I let you go, sir, you were mentioning to listen out or remember the people in Houston, Texas. Can you just give it to me again, sir? You were just kind of dropping out a little bit just towards the end there. Everything was perfect right up until just towards the end. So what was that you mentioned about Houston, Texas, sir? Back to you.
Yes, sir. Everybody that I've listened to, you and Declan and some other folks have been dropping that close to the end. Maybe something's getting out of sync. But it's in Houston, Texas. They hit a 80-mile-an-hour straight line with a bunch of windows out and the skyscrapers down there, and 700,000 people are without. So keep it in your prayers. Hopefully they'll be back running pretty soon. It's kind of a rough go down there. Thanks for letting me in, Graham. Back over to you.
Oh, thanks again, Richard. And yes, thoughts and prayers definitely for those that are suffering. Yeah, thanks for the mention of that, sir. Really do appreciate that. And yeah, and as far as Echolink is concerned, it's a fantastic app. I've got it on every device, and well, every device that can store it. And I've used it mobile. It works really well. I mean, on my phone, just to my phone there, connects obviously to the kind of Bluetooth wireless situation in the car, and yeah, it works awfully well. You can work mobile, and people say they can't even hear any kind of the car noise or anything else. But I think that's more about the actual car setup rather than anything else. But it works well when it's connected to Bluetooth and the systems and stuff. So great stuff. Anyway, thank you so much, sir, for being there, and we look forward to having you as a regular, as you promised. Got you right, written that down there. I've got it right. And we look forward to speaking to you again. But in the meantime, sir, have a wonderful weekend. Please stay safe, stay well, and we'll hopefully speak to you again very, very soon. So we'll say 73 to KF5 UCO, and with that, we're going to go and see what's happening with Corey. Corey in Michigan, KD8 BOQ. This is GM0 UUB. Corey, welcome once again, and great to see you, and happy Friday. And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
Well, thank you very much, Graham. This is KD8BOQ. Pleasure to be on with you this Friday afternoon here in the Great Lakes state of Michigan, and happy to hear you on from across the pond. So, yeah, just wanted to wish Declan best of luck on the rest of the exams. It sounds like I think he was saying he's about a third of the way done at this point. Next week he'll be about half the way done. That's great. Congratulations and best of luck with that. Enjoy your time off. And also was great hearing Dave on there. It was making me jealous about his gardening situation and where his asparagus is at. I've been buying a decent amount of asparagus and cooking it in different things. So I wish I could just go back to the garden and grab some, that's for sure. But yeah, it's just a beautiful day here in Michigan. Blue skies, some clouds look like they are ready to be storm clouds, but nothing so far. And just a little sprinkle here and there. I was able to get out on the trail this morning for a hike. No kayak, but still enjoying time outside in between doing some work. So, and met a friend for lunch that I haven't seen in almost a year. So that was wonderful. But yeah, I just wanted to say for Sarah and Barbara, that's fantastic about her trip to the store today. I always love to hear people, taking that independence and getting out there and doing their own thing. Certainly appreciate both Rick and Bob all the tips about keeping the dogs cool. I know my dog, she's coming up on 13 this fall, and I always want to make sure that we're treating her the best that we can. So with that, certainly our thoughts will be with everybody in Houston and various flooding in different areas throughout the south of the U.S. And with all those people as they go through that. So certainly prayers sent that way. But you always do an excellent job, Graham. I will send it back to you. This will be my one and done. I do have to hop out of here. I might be able to listen out, but I'm going to have to get ready for a couple phone calls here. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday evening, and maybe I'll hear some folks on Jeanette's 11 Cats on the net that they have going on tonight. I think it starts at 7. So anyway, back to you, Graham. 88 BOQ.
Well, thank you so much, Corey. It's always great to speak to you, sir. It really is. And no, I'll definitely let you go. I do have a habit of asking questions and everything else. But hey ho, we can do that next week. You mentioned going out there on the trail and everything else, and you didn't have your kayak this time, so I presume sometimes you do. So yeah, maybe we'll hear a little bit more about what your favourite trails are to go and explore, and where you go kayaking. It's not something I've done. But my wife, MM7HQS, in the Royal Box there, Helen, Queen of Scotland. She's very much enjoyed kayaking in the past, and not quite up to it just now, but after a bout of physiotherapy shortly, she'll be back into there maybe next year. We'll just have to wait and see. But no, she used to really enjoy her kayaking and everything. Had quite a few adventures over the years. So Ben Corey, will let you go, sir, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Look forward to speaking to you again there, and we'll say 73 in the meantime to KD8BOQ, and this is Golf Mike Zero, Uniform Bravo. It's Graham here on the IRN KB1 Multi-mode net. It is Friday, it's the 17th of May, it's 2024, and we're looking for some more check-ins. You know what to do, folks. It's your call sign. It's slowly, it's phonetically, and it's twice. Please, call now.
Delta Charlie Victor, Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor, Dave in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Kilo 0, Echo Charlie, Kilo
November 9, Kilo Golf Charlie, that's N9 KGC, Ray in Indiana.
Kilo Yankee 4, November Bravo, KY4 Indy, Scott and Robbie Ray.
Kilo 5, Romeo Lima Romeo, K5 RLR.
Golf 0, Whiskey Uniform Romeo. That's Golf 0, Whiskey Uniform Romeo. Gareth, just a stone's throw away.
KN4YAQ, Kilo November 4, Yankee Alpha, Quebec. KN4YAQ, Kilo November 4, Yankee Alpha, Quebec. Gabriella in Tennessee.
Folks, let me just check I've got it. I don't want the list to get too long because it just means people are hanging around too long. So let me just check I've got it. Okay, very good. Thank you, everybody. This is Net Control GM0UUB, Graham here. And I was going to say we've got two new check-ins, but G0WUR has checked in before, but not without the mic there. So, Gareth, you're coming up in white. Goodness me, all the way from across the river, but no problem at all. Let me tell you who I do have. We've got a new check-in. That is KN4YAQ. That's Gabriella in Tennessee. Good to see you there, my friend. Welcome to the net. We've got Gareth just across the river from me, G0WUR. You're on the list. We've got our friend Randall out there in Texas, K5RLR. You're on the list. We've got, of course, Scott along with Robbie Ray all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. KY4NB, you're on the list. We've got our friend Ray in Evansville, Indiana, N9KGC. You're on the list. We've got Gail out there in Kyle, Texas. That's K0ECK. You're on the list. And Gail was walking over a Victor Oscar 1 station, so I didn't quite get the suffix, so we'll get that shortly. And we've got Dave all the way from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor. So between Dave and Gail, the Victor Oscar 1 station, you are getting well trampled on from Calgary on one side and Kyle on the other. So the VO1 station, you come back with the rest of your call, sir.
Victor Oscar 1, Tango Alpha Delta, VO1 TAD. It's Tom. Perfect. Thanks, Graham.
Very good, Tom. Right, we've got you on the list, sir. You're second on the list there. VO1 TAD. Good to see you. And with that, folks, it is quite a long list. We've got a brand new check-in. So let me just check if Gabriella is able to wait until, because she's at the bottom of the list. So I just want to welcome her to the net and see if she's got enough time to hang around. So with KN4, Yankee Alpha, Quebec, Gabriella, all the way from Tennessee. Good to see you there, my friend, and I think it's your first time checking into this net. So we just want to go to you first, see how you are, and I will give you another shout when we come down to you, but it might be a few minutes by the time we get there. Quite a few, that is. KN4YAQ, this is GM0, UUB, Graham here, your net control. Gabriella, over to you.
Okay, thank you, net control. I'm on Echo Link, so sometimes it's a challenge to get in. Thank you so much for welcoming me to the net. I'm just here listening, so I'll let you go ahead and proceed with the list since it is quite long. I'll for YAQ. Back to you, net control.
Oh, thanks so much, Gabriella. Really appreciate you being there so well. Hopefully you'll still be there by the time we get down to the bottom of the list there, and we can hear a little bit more about what goes on in your side of the world. But thanks for being there, and we'll talk to you shortly. With that, let's go to the top of the list. And there we have Victor Echo 6 Delta Charlie Victor is DJ Dave, all the way from Calgary, Alberta, with nothing else to do on a Friday because bowling season's over. He's twiddling his thumbs, and oh well, there you go. You can only have to check into the IRN KB1 Multi-mode net. Welcome, Dave. How are you, sir? The microphone, it's all yours. Happy Friday.
Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor retreat. Twiddle my thumbs. No, we're getting ready to take off to Edmonton, Alberta. This evening, or this afternoon here, so not going to hold it. But other than that, basically hanging out, waiting around. That's about it. Overcast day here in Calgary, and we're in for a wet weekend. I feel sorry for those people that like to go out camping because it might be snowing out in the mountains, but it's not me. I'm going to be in a nice warm hotel room with a swimming pool and hot tub. There you go. Everyone take care. Have a great weekend. Enjoy. And yeah, bowling is done for the season. Oh well, September we'll be back at it. And I even missed my little scuffle with the kind young ham there on a Friday, as traditionally as we always do. But that'll be next week. It's on. I think I let him slide this time. Back to net control.
Well, thank you so much, Dave. And yeah, you know, September will be here in no time. It really will. You'll be out there bowling, and we'll be hearing all the bowls, everything else clashing in the background as you check in on a Friday. It was always good fun to hear. It was, you know, you could really pick up on the atmosphere of the bowling hall there. So good stuff. Anyway, Dave, well, you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and a safe journey to Edmonton. How long are you going for? I'm just being nosy, sir. How long are you heading to Edmonton there? I know you've got friends and family there, so and staying in luxury with a spa and everything else. So yes, how long are you disappearing for, sir? And I know you'll still be on the radio when you're there. Anyway, there you go. VE6 DCV, just being nosy.
VE6 DCV, of course, no matter where I go. I'm up there for the weekend, basically coming back home on Sunday. So really, really a short trip this time around, but hey, going on. Other than that, this whirlwind trip. When Heather and I go, we usually like to go a little longer than we do, but anyways, with a few things happening, I don't think it'll be those long trips as we normally like to, because we like hanging around with our family and what have you. But I like who bring the Calgary football, have a Calgary Stampeders shirt, so I might bring that along with me and wear that around Edmonton. Hopefully, I won't be beaten up too bad. Anyways, back to net control. So we're just gone for the weekend. We'll see you 7-3, and everyone have a great weekend.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, that'll be fun, Dave. I'm sure it will. So, well, you enjoy. Stay safe. Safe journey there and back and everything else. And you can tell us all about it when you do get back. And, of course, if you don't mind just turning to Heather and giving her a wee Scottish squeeze as well from myself and Helen, that would be quite amazing. So, thanks again, all the best to you, and have yourself a wonderful weekend. I'm sure you will. So safe travels in 73 to Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor. And we're staying in Canada, but this time we're going to the beautiful place called St. John's, Newfoundland. And any pictures I've seen of St. John's, Newfoundland, it just looks quite stunning. But anyway, there we find our friend Tom, VO1TAD from GM0 UUB. Welcome, Tom. Happy Friday. And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
GM0 Uniform Bravo. Good evening, Graham, and to the lovely Helen as well. Hopefully you're both having a wonderful evening. Not as mild yet here. Kind of jealous of the weather Dave's having out there on the west coast. Well, central, I guess. But we were about 10 degrees Celsius here today, and been about a week straight of fog and drizzle, and only had about 2 nice days so far. But we're going into the end of May now, so hopefully our weather's going to turn for the better soon and get some nice weather. I've been trying to check in the last couple of weeks, but something always came up last minute, and I missed the net. So I figured I was in the radio room this evening, so I'd give a quick call out and just send a lot of warm wishes from this way to yourself, to Helen, and everybody else checking in as well. Other than that, sir, no real new traffic. The fur babies are doing well as usual on that, and I'll make sure to give a little scratch behind the ear after for you, too, as well, as always. Other than that, 7 trees to yourself, the lovely Helen, and everybody else checking in as well. Uniform Bravo from VO1TAD. 7 trees, Graham, you and Helen have a wonderful week.
Oh, very good, Tom. Well, thank you for your kind words, sir, and I really do appreciate that, and appreciate you taking the time to stop by once again, and great to have a wee catch-up there. And yeah, I hope your weather gets better. You know, I spent weeks and months and just complaining and moaning about the weather. It was wet and it was windy and this and that. But this last week has been really quite a change. It's been beautiful, sunshine, warm, and even like we were saying earlier, too warm, too hot for the dog midday. Just keep all hunkered down then. But no, it's been just fantastic, being able to get out and about without having to take your umbrella or hat or anything. Absolutely brilliant. But anyway, Tom, thanks again for checking in. And yes, of course, the critter's given a wee squeeze from Scotland, from myself and Helen. That would be absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much, Tom. You stay safe, stay well, and have a great weekend, and we'll speak to you again very soon. So 73 to VO1TAD, and then we're going to go to Kyle in Texas, and there is Gail, also known as Kilo Zero Echo Charlie Kilo. Gail, welcome once again. Great to hear you. And I think you're getting a lot more kind of active on the radio. I hear you checking in on this net on this side and this net on that side, and now here you're becoming a bit of a regular as well. So thank you. Thank you so much for being such a great support for all these various nets, including this one. So Gail, welcome. Happy Friday, and the microphone, it's all yours.
Well, hello, Graham and everybody, and it's always good to be here. This is a great rag chew net. Yeah, I am a net junkie. There's no doubt about it. But we are expecting company, so like I am, at least getting the dishes and stuff done, so I have someplace to fix meals and that kind of stuff. All right, well, everybody take care. Graham, thank you very much for the wonderful job you do, and hugs to you. Don't forget to give a hug to your kitties and all. And our station manager is fine and bossy as ever, and so that's all I got. And Hank says to say hi to. K0ECK, back to net.
Very good, Gail. Well, thank you so much. And they say hi to Hank as well. Scottish squeeze. But certainly, the station manager, definitely a Scottish squeeze in that direction from myself and Helen. That would be very much appreciated. And thanks for taking the time to stop by and checking in. Really do appreciate that. So you and Hank and Kitty Cat, the station manager there, have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well. And no doubt speak to you again very soon. So we'll say 73 to Gail and Hank there. That's K0ECK. And with that, we're going to carry on down the list. And this time, we're going to Evansville, Indiana. And there we find our friend Ray, N9KGC from GM0 UUB Net Control. Ray, welcome, happy Friday, and the microphone, it's all yours.
Oh, hey, Graham, GM0 UUB is N9KGC. Well, I'm home already, Graham. It's Friday, and I'm done early again, so I'm home. I had thought that maybe I'd be checking in today from All-Star, but I don't have my All-Star node back up and working here yet. I rearranged the computers in this radio room, and I never did get the, any of the Raspberry Pis or Libra potatoes back online, but I'm doing that this afternoon. So I thought I'd be checking in from All-Star, but maybe next week. Anyway, other than that, not a whole lot happening. I worked up until, I guess, about 45 minutes ago. I think it was 3 o'clock, almost an hour ago, 3 o'clock my time. Coming up on 4 o'clock here now. So I was done early. Weather's been pretty good. And I think that's about it for now. Just wanted to check in and say hello. And I'll give it back to you, Graham. Back to Net Control from N9KGC.
Very good, Ray. Well, all the best for getting everything back up and running. Hopefully it all goes smoothly. You'll get things all kind of set up and it will all work first time. Sometimes when I do something like that, there's always something happens and you think, why is it not working? And usually it's just something really, really kind of very, very obvious, but I've missed it. Yeah, sometimes when you're kind of reinstating things there, it's best just to take it a step at a time to make sure you don't miss a step. Because I often just try and do things maybe a bit too quick and go and forget to do something. So anyway, there we go. That's just me. I think you're a little bit more kind of probably better in the kind of planning and the doing of things and everything. I think you're a bit more organised. Anyway, once you got all the station and everything else sorted out there, Ray, over the weekend, are you working? Are you off the weekend? Are you taking one of the bikes out for a wee run or whatever? Not too sure. So, anyway, I'll just throw it back to you one more time there. N9KGC from GM0.
Okay. I thought somebody might have keyed up there. I hope I didn't key up on top of them. Yes, I'm hoping to take the bikes out, or one of the bikes, tomorrow or Sunday. Now, tomorrow, from about 1 o'clock in the afternoon until 7 o'clock at night, some friends of ours, 60-something pound pit bull. She's a big pit bull. This dog is very solid looking. She's amazing, but she's very friendly. Very friendly. We know really well. We've been friends with these people for a long time, and Jacqueline's actually not going to be home tomorrow. We kind of volunteered to watch Hazel. We do it all the time, but then she had something else come up, so I'll be watching Hazel by myself. But I'll probably take the motorcycle over there to do that dog sitting and a radio. Take this, or maybe something else with me tomorrow because I'm hoping to have the Raspberry Pis back up and running. So yeah, that's the plans for tomorrow. Hopefully, if the weather's good, I'll take the motorcycle out. Maybe on Sunday also. And we'll see. And you said about being organized. I don't think so, Graham. I miss stuff all the time like that. All the time. I'll put something completely back together or plug something back in, set something. Seems like I missed something 90. I don't know. It's just a common thing. Happens to me all the time. I know what you're talking about. All right, give it back to you, Graham. I'll be here listening. In fact, I'm going to get working on these, putting new images on the SD cards right now. So I'll leave this radio on, monitoring as I'm working. N9KGC.
Very good, Ray. Well, all the best with all that. And you mentioned putting flashing new images onto your SD cards and everything else. And remember, even at that, I can mess it up, you know. And I've got everything kind of backed up on the PC, so you think it should be easy. But I remember the last time I did that. Well, no, actually, it was quite a long time ago. I probably flashed a few since. But no, I remember just one time doing it, and I just couldn't connect to the internet at all. Honestly, I was beside myself, and it was a very, very simple thing. You've probably guessed. I forgot to put the WPA supplicant file with the Wi-Fi information into the root of the drive, and I just missed it altogether, and I couldn't understand why I wasn't getting connected. Oh dear. So anyway, basic errors. That's me. I can do them. That's for sure. Could write a book on making basic errors. But anyway, Ray, thank you so much, and well, have a wonderful weekend, whatever you do, and enjoy the dog sitting of that a friendly pit bull of nearly 70 pounds in weight. That's something else. Well, if you can manage to get your arms around Hazel, give her a wee Scottish squeeze from myself and Helen. That would be fantastic. And have a great weekend there, Ray. Thanks for checking in, and do enjoy. And we'll say 73 in the meantime to N9 KGC. I'll let you know I have added from the blue screen. We've got Victor Echo 3, Delta Bravo, Doug been added to the list. So but with that, we're going on to Scott out there in Memphis, Tennessee. KY4NB from GM0 UUB. Scott, welcome. Happy Friday, and the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
GM0 UUB MM7 HQS KY4NB and Robbie Ray here from Land Elvis and Barbecues. Well, hi there, Graham, and everybody on the net. This is the big barbecue weekend. There's 2 championships here in Memphis, and we're going to have to make it to one of them. Maybe we'll go tomorrow. That's the last day. That's the judging day, so that's the good out of all the parties after that where everybody celebrates. Hi. I don't know if they have any haggis there, but they have lots of stuff they barbecue. They have a category for stuff other than, anything but, Robbie Ray says. And they have a Miss Piggy contest where the guys dress up like costumes, and it's crazy. Pigs, you dress up like pigs. Miss Piggy. Well, let me let Robbie Ray say hi. We're sitting out here in this 79, 80 degree weather, sweating. She's been running around in the yard, and we're feeding the birds, Graham. Let me take a pip, and then I'll give it to Robbie Ray, and she can say more. KY4NB, taking a pip. KY4NB returning with Robbie Ray, third party.
Hey, Graham. Hey, Helen. Just wanted to say hello. It's a humid day here, even though the temperature's pretty nice. But just a good sweat day, no matter where you go or what you do. So we've just been feeding the birds lately, and I'm glad to be able to say hello. We missed y'all last weekend. I don't know where we were, but I'll give it back to Scott because it's just a relaxing day now that I'm home. But hope y'all have a good weekend. Pet the dog for us. Give him a kiss on the head.
Okay, back over to you, Graham and Queen Helen, and hi to Brother Randall there in Spring, Texas, and Jeanette and everybody else around the world. KY4NB, back to net.
Oh, very good. Well, thank you, Scott, and hello, Robbie Ray, as well. Great to hear you guys to bits. We love to hear you on the air, on the net here. We really do, and thanks so much for stopping by. Yeah, we missed you last week. Don't know where you were. But it's okay. You don't have to have any kind of excuse whatsoever. But no, we do like to have you on, that's for sure. And and glad your weather's doing okay there too. As you've probably heard, we've been really enjoying a great spell of weather here, I have to say. It's been quite humid at times. Yesterday, I think, I didn't actually catch what the humidity was, but it really was quite high. And I had the dog out for a short walk, but we had to wait for the evening before we went out for anything too long, because it's just very overwhelming for dogs. So you have to watch the critters in these kind of weather conditions. But anyway, thanks so much, guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and stay safe and well. But hey, listen, it's all right. Before you go, Scott, Robert A, do you have anything else for us? Back to you.
KY4NB returning. Well, Graham, yes, the question of the day is how do we attract goldfinches to our finch feeder? We've paid good money for a finch feeder and for Niger seed with sunflower chips, and they won't touch it. So Robbie Ray found another feeder for them at this estate sale, and we're hoping they'll come to it. But if anybody has any secrets on feeding goldfinches, my email's good on QRZ, and let us know. Let me see if Robbie Ray's got anything.
Well, we're feeding them Niger seeds, which is supposed to be what they want. So we'll see.
Okay, Graham, back over to you, and we'll hope things are drying out there in Houston, Texas, and pray for everybody there. KY4NB, back to net.
Oh, thanks so much, guys, and yeah, thanks for your thoughts and mention there of Houston, Texas as well, and you know, we've seen a fair bit in the news about other places around the world that are experiencing flooding, and I've never had the experience before, etc., etc. So yeah, there's definitely, well, there we go. I think the effects of global warming is certainly happening, that's for sure. But anyway, guys, thank you so much, and well, there's a question, folks, that are listening out there. How to attract goldfinches to the feeders. So if you've got any hints and tips, well, Scott KY4NB just said his email address is good on QRZ. Please feed him all the information that you might need to attract the goldfinches. So I don't think we've seen many finches of any description in the garden here, but we've got so many different birds. I mean, there's the big birds, there's blackbirds, there's magpies, there's pigeons galore, and lots of the smaller ones as well. We've got dunnocks and sparrows, and the big thing is what's it? There's some nesting in the roof as well. Starlings, yeah, we've got loads of starlings and come flying in like flocking time when they're squabbling away over the feeder and everything else. Oh goodness me, what a nonsense they do. But it's fantastic to watch, it really is. Anyway, thank you so much, Scott, Robbie Ray, you guys. Please stay safe, stay well, have a wonderful weekend, and they will no doubt speak to you again very soon. So, well, you did mention Randall there, so we'll say KY4NB and hello to Randall out there in Spring, Texas, K5RLR. Randall, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And do you have any how to attract any goldfinch suggestions? Over to you, Randall. The mic is yours.
Well, good evening there to you, Graham, and the brother Scott out there, and everybody else on the evening net. K5RLR. No, I sure don't. I just throw out seeds, and they eventually come when they're hungry. Not a specific bird entirely, just in general. And other than that, just waiting on my kiddo to get out of school so I can pick her up and take her home. And hopefully start enjoying the weekend if the weather cooperates and doesn't get too much more wet. Other than that, hope to have a relaxing evening. I'll go ahead and throw it back to you, Graham. GM0UUB from K5RLR. Over to you, sir.
Well, thank you, Randall. Thanks so much for saying hi and say hello. Always appreciate that. That's for sure. And yeah, and you're shortly from school. Wonder how old is the kiddo there? And yeah, and of course we can't let you go without having a wee critter report from yourself. The cutest critters that have ever appeared on the net. Hi. So we need a wee critter report from you as well, Randall, before we let you go. So with that, UUB, back to you, sir.
Well, Graham, they're doing pretty good. The bunnies are just hopping away. Always zooming around the house, always having fun, and always seeming to give me a heart attack. They just walking, boom, just start zooming all over. It's normally quite fast and definitely will surprise you real quick, especially when you're not expecting it. But other than that, we'll get back to you. Say 73s, everything does appear to be well over here. GM0UUB from K5RLR. Good evening, Graham. Thanks for running the net. We do appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, Randall. Always appreciate you checking in and on such a regular basis. So thank you so much, sir. And well, of course, I would say give the Lion a Scottish squeeze for myself and Helen, but you got to catch them first. Hi. I'm sure they do enjoy a wee squeeze from time to time. So that would be fantastic. Thank you there, Randall. You take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Stay well. And we'll look forward to speaking to you again soon. So we'll say 73 to K5RLR, and with that we're going to come all the way back and a wee bounce in the pond and a bounce in the pond. And here we go back into Scotland. We're here, and one of my neighbours just across the, not quite a pond, so just across the river there in Stirling. Golf Zero Whiskey Uniform Romeo. Gareth, welcome, sir. Good to have you on the net. And how are you? How's Helen? And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
Good evening, Graham from G0WUR. That involved with stuff on the southern side of the border as well. It just made everything simpler for me when they gave us the ability to drop the M prefix on for the call sign for the regional locator. It just made a lot of sense for me to do it. So hence I confuse people's logbooks at the minute. Anyway, doing well, thank you, mate. I hope yourself and Helen are doing okay. It feels like it's been absolutely ages since we've had a proper catch-up with you, so we'll need to rectify that one. All is well this side. My Helen's doing really quite well. Things are looking up for her as well. Health is improving quite significantly, so that's all good news. I'm, still hanging in here, still causing chaos, so I can't complain. And it's just really nice actually. This week we've just had a bit of time to, shall we say, let our feet cool down somewhat, because for the last few weeks we've been scurrying up and down country rather a lot with all the activity for Space Day. It was brilliant fun though. I'm not complaining the slightest. I'd say if anybody ever gets the opportunity to be involved in a contact with the International Space Station, you would be mad not to do it. It's incredible. It's a once in a lifetime experience. So been having lots of fun, Graham. So there we go. But it's really nice for once. I'm actually sat down and have been able to enjoy your net from the very beginning. And I still managed to check in as well before leaving it too late, which is my other classic. Anyway, back to you, GM0UUB from G0WUR.
Very good, Gareth. No, it's great to talk to you, sir. It really is. And as you say, having a bit of a better catch-up is kind of long overdue. So I look forward to organising something soon. Great news to hear about your Helen and her health getting better there and stuff. So that's absolutely fantastic. That's wonderful to hear. That's for sure. And and the ISS contact last weekend, I thought was quite amazing. I was listening to it. I was watching the YouTube live feed at the same time, and listening on the Extended Freedom Network and IRN, and it was just fantastic. And I managed to check into the special event station afterwards. We were just heading out when it started. Heard the first couple of contacts, and the boy that asked about how But I heard him saying, how he was so excited to ask the question and everything else. And it's something these kids will never forget. And the bigger kids like yourselves will never forget either. So I know there's a lot of work, but very rewarding, that's for sure. So congratulations to all involved in the ARIS contact last weekend. It was brilliant, absolutely wonderful. So congratulations. Anyway, Gareth, yeah, I mean, when you check in as well, I think to myself, where is he? Is he down in Bishop Auckland? Is he up here? Because when we're at home. But obviously, most of the special event stuff that we do along with Bishop Auckland Amateur Radio Club, of course, is south of the border. So hence the changing call sign. So and my Helen's done the same. She's shortened hers by 1 digit. So there we go. Yeah, it's all good fun. And yeah, that contact was just amazing. There was it was a lot of work went into it, but oh boy, was it worth it. Absolutely. I mean, everybody, I think it's fair to say, is still buzzing about that one. How do you top that? Well, who knows, but I know we'll definitely try one thing or another. But yeah, no, there's plenty of fun to be had. Graham, one for your diary. And for anyone else that's listening as well, I hope you don't mind me doing this, but I'm going to be cheeky. And that is on says he's scrolling back up the messages, on Friday. Let me work out what the date is. I think that's the Friday of next week on the 24th. There you go. There will be another special event station on the network, which is Golf Bravo Zero, Bravo Papa Sierra, GB0 BPS. It's Butterknoll Primary School. They've asked to have a shot at amateur radio. So there's possibly some QSOs to be had as well, starting from, according to the message I've got here, from about 0800 UTC on that day. So I'll put some other details up on the website in due course. But anyway, there we go. But yeah, it's lovely being able to check into your net. So many times of late, Graham, I've been listening to it, and by the time I get to check in, I've already missed it. So, no, I'm glad to be able to be here tonight, and hello to everybody. It's been a really cracking list, Steve. And I must say, hello to Uncle Bob, if he's still listening, because I did hear him on earlier, and I hope he's doing well. As, of course, I hope all the team is doing well. Right, back to you, Graham, and yeah, we'll arrange a catch-up soon. GM0UUB, and greetings to Helen, Queen of Scotland as well, from G0WUR. G0WUR. Well, thank you so much, Gareth, and I think you knew you were just hitting the 3 minutes there, but we got everything. So thanks for your best wishes at the end there too. So we really do appreciate that, and thanks for the shout out there. And of course, if anybody needs any kind of amateur radio related, or indeed critters, pets related things to have we shout out about, we do not mind whatsoever. That's for sure. So next Friday, that's the 24th of this particular month of May, and the GB0 Bravo Papa Sierra primary school operating their special event, and they know that there will be some kids looking to speak to some people So from that'll be 9 a.m. UK time, all the way to the UTC from that time onwards. So basically during the day, if there's people out there that's able to being called, please do give it a little shout back, and you might make some young children's days for them. They might have a wee contact they'll never forget, that's for sure. So good stuff. Okay, well, thank you so much, Gareth, and of course say hello to your Helen as well. And you can, I was going to say give her a Scottish squeeze, but you always do. So well, anyway, give her a wee aloe from myself and Helen. That would be amazing. So hi, Helen, if you're listening. Good to have you guys there, and thanks for all you do. So with that, folks, we're going to to G0WUR, and let's go and see if Gabriella, who is our only brand new check-in of the day so far, we normally have anything between about 4 up to about 8 for the last few weeks. So we've got one so far today, so absolutely wonderful, and that is, of course, Gabriella. So she's out there in Tennessee. Let's see if she's still there. Kilo November 4, Yankee Alpha Quebec. This is GM0 UUB. Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland. Gabriella, back to you if you're still there with us. The microphone is yours.
This is KN4YAQ, Yakety Yak. I'm still here, still listening. Been going over hamstudy.org webpage to study for my general. I've got some time before someplace here local is offering the test. So I figured try and do my best to get that question pool taken care of and get that general. And on top of that, as I've mentioned before in other places, just looking at radios, spending time on YouTube, trying to figure out what I'm going to set up other than Echolink, and maybe set up a DMR or something. I know nothing about any of it, so I'm trying to learn through YouTube, because apparently there's no clubs close to where I'm at. But that's all, just keeping myself busy and entertained, and not just watching TV. So I guess that's something high. Anyway, thanks for letting me take part in your net. This is Gabriella, KN4YAQ, Yakety Yak.
KN4YAQ, Yakety Yak from GM0UUB. Well, Gabriella, thank you so much for stopping by the first time. We are here every Friday, so please feel free to become a regular. It's always it's a nice place to come. We don't have anything too difficult. There's no big kind of questions or anything there. And the only thing we do ask is if you have any critters in your household. So if you've got any kind of tortoises or dogs or cats or goldfish or anything at all, even wild critters in the garden, we do like a wee critter update, so you can come back to us on that. As far as, first of all, best wishes and good luck for you getting your general. But of course, with the license you've got just now, you can experiment with DMR and All-Star and all different kinds of things as you are. So there's just so many options out there, and it's a shame you don't have a local club, because that's always a good source of information. But YouTube, as you say, is there. It's full of information. So, but there are just so many choices. So, just take your time. Make sure you investigate them all. See what what you fancy the best. Personally, I love All-Star. So you can get all the information on All-Star at allstarlink.org, I think it is. Anyway, if you look up All-Star, you'll get there. And then there's the DMR. That's the other thing I do enjoy as well. So encompassing both the kind of analog for All-Star and the digital for DMR. with the hot spots there. So loads of things, and of course it might be quite what any kind of local repeaters to you where they're connected to what they actually use. So that's kind of important as well if you've got repeaters close by. But anyway, let me throw it back to you. And Gabriella, yes, do you have any pets in the house? If you don't mind, we do like to ask a question for newcomers. KN4YAQ. Back to you, my friend.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have a beautiful 2.5-year-old Australian Shepherd. She's deaf, and she's also my service animal, but she's amazing. She's taking a nap on the couch now, and here in a little bit she gets to go outside and run and play and throw it for her. She likes doing that. She likes playing chase and keep away, and she's a really good girl, which I'm really happy about. Very friendly for a dog. The local repeater in town, it's funny, and that's all it is. You can connect, and I guess if big if people were on the radio, they would be able to interact. But I leave the handy-talkie on, and I hear nothing all day other than repeater notifications. So, yes, I do have a puppy. She's a good girl. Thank you so much for asking. And back to you, Net Control. This is Gabriella, KN4YAQ.
Oh, very good, Gabriella. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. It's great to meet you, and hope to speak to you again. And thanks for letting us know about your puppy there. She sounds absolutely gorgeous. So, that's brilliant. So, if you don't mind, from myself and my wife, MM7HQS, that's Helen, Queen of Scotland. If you can just give your dog there a wee gentle Scottish squeeze from myself and Helen, that would be amazing. So, thank you so much, Gabriella. And, well, you stay safe and stay well, and all the best once again with going for your general and everything else. And there's just so many options out there. It's so difficult to give any kind of advice because it's just what suits you and the area you're in and what sort of equipment you'd like to operate and everything else. So, but we're kind of spoiled for choice. But enjoy the whole experience and setting up new things there. But you're sounding great coming through Echolinks. No problem at all, and we look forward to speaking to you again. So we will say 73 to KN4YAQ Yakety Yak, and with that we're going to go to our friend Doug out there in Kitchener, Ontario. Victor Echo 3 X-Ray Delta Bravo. Doug, how are you, sir? The microphone, it's all yours. Happy Friday.
Well, good evening, Graham and Helen, and everyone else listening. It's nice to hear you. I've been monitoring for a little while. Just came home from a little walk around the neighborhood. Humid day today with showers off and on. It's 17 degrees Celsius. We had several flux this week. Yesterday was a beautiful day, sunny and 23, 24 degrees. And we went up to St. Jacobs and walked along the Conestoga River. Where I've actually posted pictures from there before, so it was very pleasant. And then we walked through town. We do a loop, and then we walk through town. And there's a nice bakery there that we used to stop at all the time. And last time we were there, there wasn't. I think they were renovating it, and the property had been sold. But we stopped in there yesterday again, and the bakery was very nice, all set up again, and all the fresh baking was out, and so we stopped there and had a coffee and a muffin, and that was very nice. I've been working on a bit of a project this week to install All-Star and DV switch on Raspberry Pi 2 zeros and Raspberry Pi 02W, and it worked well. So they're both working well, and that's I'm coming in going to drop for just a moment. This is Victor Echo 3 X-ray Delta Bravo, and just a message to Scott on goldfinches. Scott, you're probably too meticulous and taking care of your lawn too much. Now, we have goldfinches here too, and I don't really know much about feeding them, but I had some while I was listening, and they like weedy lawns and unkept yards and kind of overgrown shrubs, and apples and sunflower seeds. So if you're a meticulous gardener, they probably won't like you too much. Anyway, that's all from me. Sunday Net's been great. We've been having a good time on the Sunday Net at 8 p.m. Eastern on the IRN channels, and we've had good participation and nice chats. I'm Graham from VE3XTV.
VE3XTB from GM0, UUB Net Control. Well, Doug, thank you so much for being there. And yeah, I would love to see that you're because it looks very impressive and everything else. The work you did for your All-Star and DM kind of node there and everything else, and looks absolutely. But I have to say, it's sounding awful kind of underwater right now. Don't know what it is. It's maybe more a Wi-Fi thing than anything else. It's maybe more of an internet connection node itself, because I'm used to hearing absolutely brilliant audio from you. But anyway, always copied, sir. We didn't lose anything. But like I say, just a little bit underwater kind of sound. It's just not quite what we're used to from yourself there, Doug. That's for sure. So maybe something just needs a wee shake. But I'll just give you a moment to do that. Well, I just say thank you to Dale as well for checking in on the AIM window there. Kilo Charlie 7 Yankee Foxtrot Echo. Thank you, Dale, for being there. I know he's out on the road and can't get to his microphone, but is listening. So, Dale, thank you so much. We've got you in and out on the net today, sir. Support, really do appreciate that. So, 73 to KC7YFE. Let's go back to Victor Echo 3 X-ray Delta Bravo. Yeah, Doug, any explanations for your audio just not being quite the audio we've come to expect from you, sir? Back to you, Doug.
From VE3XTV. Well, I don't know. I'll have to play around with it and see if I need to adjust anything. Thanks for the feedback. I hope that everyone has a really good weekend. It's a long weekend here. Monday is Victoria Day, so we off. Anyway, all the best. 73 from VE3XDB.
Okay, Doug. Well, enjoy the weekend and everything else, and well, enjoy the holiday. I was going to say, but of course, you also retired like myself. It's things come and go, but yeah, Doug. Well, I know you were told there's certainly plenty, different all-star parrot things there. I always like to go to the one. Is it 5553? I think that's what it is. It's kind of enhanced parrot. It gives you some feedback as well as the read back. It gives you some feedback as well, but your level is high or low or just about right. It's always a great yeah, just go and have a wee listen to Doug, and it's just not what we kind of expect from yourself, that's for sure. But all copied, no problem at all. There's no big dropouts or anything, but yeah, just a little bit underwatery and just not quite what you normally sound like. So, well, stay safe, stay well, have a wonderful weekend. We look forward to the IRN Sunday Net on our other platform, which is No RF Links. All the details are found on www.irn.radio. Doug does have a fantastic net on a Sunday. He calls it the evening net. It's quite okay time, but it's a great place to go, and a lovely group of people, and they always have a good chat there, that's for sure. Okay, so we will say 73 to Victor Echo 3 X-ray Delta Bravo, and once again, Dale, K7YFE, thanks for checking in and out there. I really do appreciate that. it's your call sign. It's slowly, it's phonetically, and it's twice. Please call now.
This is Mike 7 Lima Golf Mike. Mike 7 Lima Golf Mike. Thomas, short time.
Mike, Whiskey 7, Kilo. Mike Oscar. Eric. Zona.
Okay, I'm just going to hold up there, folks, because everybody's clashing. I've only got one. I've only got one on the list, and I know there was 3 or 4, maybe even 5 trying there, and honestly, we're all over the top of each other. So, I do have Mike 7 Lima Golf Mike Thomas. Got you there, sir, and you're short time, but you're the top of the list anyway, so that's no problem at all. Then I did have a Mike Whiskey 7 station, but the rest of you was all kind of dropped off and everything else. So the Mike Whiskey 7 station, can you come back with the rest of your calls, sir?
Roger, Roger. This is Mike Whiskey 7.
Mike Whiskey 7, all I get is Mike Whiskey 7, and then you just drop off. So I don't know what's happening there, sir, but you're just not holding it. I don't know if you're on the border of a repeater footprint there. Not too sure. But do try again, sir, and give it to me phonetically and twice again. We'll try and get the rest of your call. Mike Whiskey 7, go ahead.
Roger, Roger. All received. This is Mike Whiskey 7. Kilo Jazz Golf Echo 0. Canvas, North Wales. Back.
Sir, you're very broken. I got one extra character there, so I've got Mike Whiskey 7 Kilo, and I'm not too sure what the rest was. It might have been Golf Echo, but I've got Mike Whiskey 7 Kilo. Can you give me the rest again? So let's try this one more time. Back to you.
Yeah, Roger. I can receive you perfectly. 7 Kilo Charlie Alpha. MW7 Kilo Charlie Alpha.
Very good. I think that might be Geraint, and I don't think you've checked in before, but I do have the call, sir. Mike Whiskey 7 Kilo Charlie Alpha. Okay, Geraint, you're on the list. A brand new check-in. Thank you, sir, but you were very, very broken. So if there's any way you can improve anything before we come round to you, that would be great. Okay, folks, well, like I said, this time round I do have M7LGM and MW7KCA. There were others trying to check in, but you were all over each other. So one more time, anyone else trying to check in on this round, please give me your call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice.
Uniform Alpha. Victor Echo. Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Alpha Delta. Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Alpha Delta. Joe from Toronto, Canada. Victor Echo 3, Oscar.
Kilo India 5 Sierra Sierra.
Kilo Mike 6, Oscar KM6MMO, Eric.
Okay, folks, I'll just hold up there. Now, I don't know if it's just at my end, but the signals coming in just now are really broken. I'm not sure what's going on there. So let me tell you who I do have, and I know I've missed a couple, but I do recognise Thomas with short time, so we will go to M7LGM shortly. But I do have KM6MNO. Eric, got you on the list there, sir, and another brand new check-in. Great to see you there. We've got Texas Kisser, KI5, SSR. You're on the list. Yeah, Corey's just saying he's agreeing things are broken. So, yeah, just something's really going on there, folks. I've got Victor Alpha 3. I've got Yankee Alpha Delta. There's nothing in QRZ. But we've got you on the list anyway, sir. We might have to correct the call. We've got Gerant, MW7KCA. But let's go to Thomas because he was short time. So thanks for your patience there, Thomas. We had some breakups in the signals there, just not quite sure what's going on. So hope I can hear you well. M7LGM from GM0 UUB. Welcome, Thomas. Happy Friday, and the mic is yours.
M7LGM, Thomas. Oh, it says I'm doubling. So anyway, yeah. So I've spoken to another amateur, and he's been very kind, and he's offered to help set up a G7 RPG now. He's setting one up for Oscar, and the old one will be sent to him, and he'll fix it up and send it to me. He said that might take a while. Meanwhile, he said he had a DMR radio and a hotspot lying around, and yeah, he's offered to lend it to me and send it out to me. So yeah, I said, I'm happy to pay postage and everything, but he said that no, that's fine, and it will be on the company or whatever. So yeah, I've just received that today, and just been messing around with it, and I managed to hear it, but when I tried to transmit on it, they didn't seem to hear me, so I'll sort that out tomorrow. But yeah, he sort of offered to help lend various things to me and have a go with it and everything. I'm going to go soon because Dad says I've got something on tomorrow. Might need to get up early for that. Anyway, back to you from M7LGM.
M7LGM, well, that was copied 100%, no problem at all. So thank you so much, Thomas, for being there. And hey, isn't this so wonderful? I mean, it's a great community, this amateur radio bunch. I mean, everybody you meet is just so kind of helpful and everything else, and really good. You've got some good people around there, and you've got the loan of a DMR radio. So being nosy, just want to ask you before you go, sir, are you able to operate through a local DMR repeater, or are you using a hotspot maybe on your desk in front of you? Do you have any kind of local DMR repeaters you can get through? With that, Thomas, let me throw it back to you one more time. M7LGM from GM0 UUB.
M7LGM. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it. So he's already kindly set everything up for me, so it works out of the box. Gave him all the Wi-Fi details, and he's managed to already, set it all up, put a few repeaters and things into it, and analog repeaters, and he's put a few, groups and everything on it, and so it should sort of work out of the box and everything. It came with a hotspot that I've put upstairs or something. So I'm still, I tried to speak to someone on Freestar, but it didn't seem to transmit. So might need to speak to Matt tomorrow, and he might be very helpful. He's been very helpful talking me through things and anything. I'm going to go now. I'll listen to any finals. Back to you from M7OGM.
Oh, that's fantastic, Thomas. Well, you're going to have a lot of fun with that, and maybe you can access some repeaters nearby, and also make use of the hotspot. So it takes a bit of time to get used to, especially DMR. That's something I was kind of leaving for. Well, it was only last year I started to get into DMR, so it was always kind of All-Star, and I used to use the digital hotspot, but that was for C4FM, YSF and all the system fusion stuff. But got more into DMR last year, and there are repeaters around that do work in DMR. So it's all good fun. But it is a bit of a learning curve, but it's a lot of fun and learning as well. And once you get one step done and make a contact and everything else, it's really quite satisfying, and then you just carry on. So have fun, sir. And there's plenty of people around that will give you all the help and advice as well. So all the best to you, sir, and thank you, Thomas, for sharing. And that's great news. And do let us know how you get on with that as the weeks go by. So good stuff. So we'll say 73 to Thomas. Have a wonderful weekend, sir. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll speak to M7LGM again soon. So with that, we're going to go to Geraint, and hopefully we can get a good enough signal to hear what you're saying there, Geraint. Mike Whiskey 7 Kilo Charlie Alpha. Welcome, sir, I believe for the first time to this net. And good to see you there, sir. Happy Friday. And the microphone, Geraint, it's all yours.
Yeah, this is Mike Whiskey 7. Your call sign. I should have wrote it down much sooner, but I have been listening. I tuned it up, and it seems to be a really good net that you're running there, sir. And I mean, I could hear some American stations coming in as well, and this things and doing as you would in the obviously, codes right, and I'm purely coming in over radio frequency into TV3KU, so I'm getting in there all the way from North Wales. From Mike Whiskey 7, Key Golf Echo Zulu. Back to you, sir.
Mike Whiskey 7 Kilo Charlie Alpha from GM0 UUB. The call sign here, Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo. And the name is Graham, Golf Romeo Alpha Hotel Alpha Mike. Well, I think it's Geraint, but anyway, sir, thank you so much. We only got wee bits and pieces. I think you said you're making the trip from wherever in Wales to the GB3KU repeater. I believe it's probably quite a distance, so you're only just barely making the trip, sir. You're dropping out quite a lot. So we didn't get too much of what you were saying, but we got the gist. We got that you're there. You're coming through in your hand into the GB3KU, and then we heard you signing at the end, which was a good thing, because when people drop out, you never know when they're finished transmitting. So anyway, sir, because of the signal, I can't really throw it's so broken. So, but we are here every Friday at 9 p.m. UK time. So please feel free to try and connect and maybe up the power or just maybe change location a wee bit or whatever, and try and make it a little bit more solid, because we'd love to hear more from you, sir. But in the meantime, I'm going to say thank you for checking in and for being one of our new check-ins of the day. And bid you 73, and all the best to you, sir. And hopefully we'll get a better chat the next time with a better connection. But thanks so much for taking the time to stop by. So we'll say 73 in the meantime to MW7KCA, and And with that, let's go on to, I've got Victor Alpha 3 Yankee Alpha Delta, but I maybe messed that up. So the Victor Alpha 3 Yankee Alpha Delta, or station close to that checked in, please, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Alpha 3 Yankee Alpha Delta. You may have not found me on QRZ because I'm a very new ham. Just checking in. I don't have much to say, much to add. I'm always looking for information, help. The ham community so far has been amazing. Whoever I have bumped into. I'm just checking in, just to check in. As a new ham, I think it's something I should do. And looking to join the community, I guess. Over, this is Victor Alpha 3 Yankee Alpha Delta.
Very good, sir. Well, at least I didn't mess up the call sign, and there seems to be the connection is much more stable again now, which is really good. Because for a couple of minutes there, it was going, very wobbly. So anyway, much better connection there, that's for sure. So, well, for the benefit of the for us as well, can we get your name just to put on the log there? And obviously, once you are registered in QRZ, it will get populated here on the NetLogger program that we use. But in the meantime, it's just blank there. So VA3 Yankee Alpha Delta from GM0 UUB. Sir, you have your name for the log, sir.
Alpha 3 Yankee Alpha Delta. The name is yours.
Very good. I think you said Joe there, Juliet Oscar Echo. So I've put Joe in, but if that's wrong, do tell me. I'll correct it. But anyway, sir, thank you so much, and congratulations on the call, and welcome to the amateur radio community. It's a great place to be, that's for sure, and you're going to have a lot of fun. And we are here in this particular net every Friday at 9 p.m. UK time. That's 4 p.m. Eastern time. So we'd love to hear from you often, that's for sure. So anyway, I believe it's Joe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And sir, the only thing we like to talk about on this particular net is critters. And so we're wondering, do you have any critters in your household? They could be wild ones in your garden or domestic ones in the house. Any pets to Joe? I think it's Joe's household. VA3 YAD. Just back to you one more time, sir, if you don't mind.
My name is Yankee Oscar Echo Lima. I do go by Joe, though. It is slightly easier. About critters or household pets, I have 2 kinds only. So that's just about it for me. 73 to everyone, and this is Victor Alpha 3 Yankee Alpha Delta back in net control.
Very good, Joe. Okay, well, I'll call you Joe if that's absolutely fine. No problem at all. But I recognise the spelling there. Yankee Oscar Echo Lima. Got you down there for the log. So good stuff. Anyway, Joe, well, welcome once again to the hobby. Do enjoy. I'm sure you will. And lots of great places, lots of great people to speak to all around the world. So you take care, my friend, and hopefully we'll hear from you again next week or soon. So we'll say 73 to Victor Alpha 3 Yankee Alpha Delta, and let's go down to Grapevine, Texas. There we find, of course, the Texas Kiss, also known as KI5SSR. It's Jeanette. Jeanette, welcome to the net, and happy Friday. The microphone, it's all yours.
Well, hey, thank you very much. This is the Texas Kisser right here from the grapevine of Texas. You heard it through the grapevine. I just wanted to say hello to you and the queen there. I hope Helen is doing better. and I hope she's getting some results because I know that you guys are finding more out every day. So I have been praying for her. And I just want to say it's great to see all these awesome stations on here and people that I know and people that I don't know. Hello to everyone. And I'm just wondering how you and Helen are doing. And are you getting any beautiful weather, or is it ugly there? Our lakes are full, like about 10 feet taller than it normally is. But besides that, we're doing okay here in our area. What about you and Helen? You and Helen, Graham, back to you.
Well, hello again, Jeanette, and thanks for checking in and thanks for asking. And well, as far as the weather's concerned, we've had a big turnaround. I've had many months of moaning about wet and windy weather all the time. And this last week has been absolutely fantastic. It's been sunny, it's been warm, and in cases it's been even too hot. So we're just not quite used to it. And of course, with reference to our critters, of course, we've got Mac, the big Labrador there, and so we were having some safety messages earlier about making sure the temperature of the pavements or the sidewalks or whatever isn't too hot for the pads for the dogs and everything else, because midday sunshine can really produce some poor results and poor experiences for dogs, that's for sure. So. But Mac, he's absolutely fine, kept in the shade most of the time, and take him out longer walks in the evening. It's cooler, and now we're doing fine. So enjoying the weather, and long may it last. I think tomorrow is going to be a bit more kind of hazy, misty, and maybe some rain, but back to sunshine, I believe, on Sunday. So there we go. So that's always good news. Always cheers you up to have a bit of sunshine in the head, that's for sure. KI5 SSR, back to you, my friend, from G0 UUB.
Well, hey, it's great. That's great news. KI5SSR returning, and yeah, you got to watch those critters because they're smaller than us and they get hot really fast. And my cat, who's 18 this month, is hanging in there. She's still with us. I do have to give her fluids every day, and she's on this medication. And I have some great information on my website for cats and dogs. So cats and dogs, and medications out there. And it was just said that the FIP medication is now sold in the U.S. I believe it. It says in June it will be available to us here. So we'll see. I hope it brings the price down because it's really pricey, but the stuff does work if your cat has FIP. Dogs also get it. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit of information. Check out my 11 Cats Network at www.11cats.org. There's lots of nets on there. This net's on there. Great nets are on there. And connection information. Also, our nets are on there, which tonight we have the 11 Cats Happy Hour, which is at 7 Eastern and 6 Central this evening. Saturday we have the TNT, and that's also at 7 Eastern, Central, Central 6 and Eastern 7. And then the ASC, that's Amateurs for Christ Radio, then that's Sunday at 4 Eastern. All this information about your animals, and lots of good stuff is on our website. And also some of our pre-recorded nets are on there as well. And so come check it out. Also, it's Echo Link, All Stars 55763, and IRLP is 0107. So let me reset. And KI5SS are returning. And, of course, the XYL net on every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern on the Aurora channel. That's Republic of Avalon Radio. It's on Zello or TeamSpeak 3. More information on the IRN network can be found on the IRL network. And also licensed and unlicensed operators are welcome, but this is a ladies' net. Also, that's a great place to bring your girlfriend or your wife who's maybe might get interested in ham radio and come get a license and join us. You can also email Lillian. Lillian, VO1XYL is her call sign. She runs it. She does a great job. Her email is xylnetwork@gmail.com. Graham can tell you more information on it since he does help her with the logging and stuff. And I really miss being on there, but unfortunately I run the Saturday. Well, not unfortunately, I don't mean to say it like that, but I run the Alaska Morning Net tomorrow on Saturday, so they coincide, and I hate that very much. But come check in with me there. But I certainly will tell you that is one awesome bunch of ladies and fellows when they allow that. So back to you, Graham. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. This is KI5SSR. Back to you.
Well, thanks again, Jeanette, for all the information there. And of course, we don't have to ask people to grab their pen and paper and everything else and they write it all down because, as you say, it's all on the website, 11cats.org, 11cats.org, 11 being 1, 1. So 11cats.org is all there, and thanks for all the information you put on there, including promoting this net on your list of nets there. So really do appreciate that, Jeanette. And also you did mention the XYL net on Roar channel tomorrow. And sorry, I don't want to. Right, I'm going to take a wee bit. There, that's better. GM0 UUB continuing. I didn't want to do a big kind of down the microphone there. So, allowed to participate as well. So, but it's a great place to go. And as you say, everybody doesn't have to be licensed. It's no involvement whatsoever. And so it does give me the opportunity just to say once again, all the information's on all the W's.IRN.radio. The radio network does have two main operating platforms. One is this one with all the various analog and digital connections on the multimode system, linked to RF involvement right around the world. And the other system is based on TeamSpeak and Zello connections, cross-linked and everything else. And different partners that operate there too, but there's no RF involvement, so you do not have to be licensed. It's a great to learn about radio, practice it, join in some nets. Many of our members, non-licensed members, do go on to get their licenses. So, like my wife did, MM7HQS, and many others. So there we go. Thanks for the opportunity there, Jeanette, for me to be able to explain that. And did I have anything else for you? Oh, yeah, just one question. So are you the regular net control operator in the Alaska Morning Net on a Saturday? Because I think for a while there you were doing, was it every kind of other Saturday, every second Saturday? So are you now, is that your perch for and only yours? KI5 SSR, let me pass it by to you one more time, if you don't mind, from GM0 UUB.
KI5 SSR returning, yes. That is my regular. I'm the regular Saturday controller now, and the only thing I hate about it, I love the people, I love the net, and I love doing it. But ladies net, because like I said, those are really. If you know what, if I would have hooked up with them, I probably wouldn't have got a license. I just want to hang out with them. I shouldn't say that, but I am glad I did. And Lillian is such a sweet thing too, so I miss that. I miss all the good people there. So please tell them I said hello. And yeah, so I'm the regular Saturday controller, yes. And don't forget about my happy hour tonight, because that's a happy net. And that's all we want it to be. It's 11 Cats Happy Hour net this evening. So I look forward to that. And thank you for asking, Graham. And I'll let you move on, because I know there's tons of great stations waiting to check in. So thank you, and back to GM0 UUB from KI5 SSR and the 11 Cat Network.
KD9ZGG, JN0UUB. Check me in, please. KD9ZGG.
This is GM0UUB Net Control. I didn't quite catch that call sign, sir. A little bit too fast for me, and I wasn't ready. I'll be going for check-in shortly. We've got one more to call into the net, and then I'll be going for another round of check-in. So please stand by. And but thanks for being there. We'll be with you shortly, that's for sure. But first of all, Jeanette, thank you once again for taking part and for all you do for amateur radio and all the different things you promote. Really do appreciate that. And yeah, so I know it's a disappointment to you. I think you said unfortunately that you have to do the last tomorrow night. I know you didn't mean that, but it was a clash because. It's just difficult things. But there we go. But anyway, Jeanette, thank you so much, and you take care, stay safe, stay well, have a wonderful weekend, and no doubt we'll catch up with you again very soon. So we'll say 73 to KI5 SSR, and we've got one more station, and I do believe it's our fourth, but second today. So we've really privileged over the last really about 2-3 months. Every week we've had 3 up to 7 or 8 brand new check-ins. It's absolutely wonderful. This time it's Eric, all the way from is that California, CA? Oh goodness me. Anyway, it's Adelanto, I believe is location. Anyway, it's Eric, and also known as Kilo Mike 6, Mike Oscar, KM6, MMO. This is GM0 UUB Net Control. Welcome, Eric. Thanks so much for taking time to stop by. And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours. Go ahead. It's all yours. Go ahead. Okay, I don't know how I heard a bit of an echo of myself at the start of that, but hey, listen, funny things have been happening on the net tech-wise today, that's for sure. Let me see if Eric's still with us. KM6, MMO, Kilo Mike 6, Mike Oscar. Are you there, Eric? If so, it's your turn, sir. Please, go ahead. Okay, well, that was one of the stations that was very broken earlier. So if Eric, if you're still there, able to listen, we can't hear you. So please feel free to try and recheck again later if you manage to get back to the microphone and connect. So we'll say all the best to KM6 MMO in the meantime. Just put him in as an in and out in the meantime. But hopefully, Eric, if you're listening, please give us a shout and we'll try and get you back in. So thank you to Jeanette. She did help me with the call sign. It was far too quick for me. I wasn't ready. So I'll just go and take this now, and then we'll go for another round of check-ins. So the final person on this list will be Kilo Delta 9, Zulu Golf Zulu. Welcome, I believe it's Joelle. This is GM0UUB. It's Graham here, and I know we've spoken before. So good to hear you once again, and the microphone, it's all yours, sir.
Kilo Delta 9 Zulu Golf Zulu. I wanted to just check in and out. Back to you, Graham. KD9ZGG. Thank you, Jeanette.
Very good. Well, Joel, thank you so much for taking the time to stop by, and we've got you down as an in and out there, but great to see you, sir. And maybe next time we'll have a little bit of a longer chat if you've got the time. But thanks again for being there. Really do appreciate that. And again, thanks, Jeanette, for putting that up on the AIM window there. So we'll say 73 to our friend out there in Wisconsin, I believe it is, KD9ZG. And with that, folks, we are at the bottom of the list. So we're going to go for another round of check-ins. This is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. Graham here in the IRN KB1 Multi-mode net. to do, folks. It's your call sign. It's slowly, it's phonetically, and twice. Please, call now.
November 5, Golf Lima Oscar. November 5, Golf Lima Oscar, N5, GLO, Bill, Oakhurst, Texas.
Yankee, Quebec, Juliet. A good evening, Graham. Ralph from East Lansing, Michigan.
Victor Echo.
King Able 3, Boston, Mary Sugar. King Able 3, Boston, Mary Sugar, Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie. Victor 6, Papa Lima Charlie, Clifton, Calgary.
Echo 3, Oscar, Uniform Alpha, Rudy in Toronto.
Okay, let me just hold up there. That last station, the Oscar Uniform Alpha. Oh, I should remember the prefix, but your audio is a little bit coming and going there. So the last station there, the Oscar Uniform Alpha. Can you come back phonetically and twice again, sir, and we'll get you on the log.
Echo 3. Victor Echo 3. How about now, Graham?
Very good. We've got you now there, sir. Victor Echo 3, Oscar Uniform Alpha. I should have remembered that. Okay, let me tell you who I do have on the list. We've got Victor Echo 3, Oscar Uniform Alpha. We do have Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie. Cliff, you're on the list. And then we had a clash, but no, I've managed to separate you. I hope you're all okay. KA3, BMS. Hank, you're on the list. KI7, PKL. Rock and Roy, you're on the list. And then another clash at the top there. N8 YQJ Ralph in East Lansing, Michigan. You're on the list. At the top of the list, we do have Bill out there in Oakhurst, Texas, N5GLO. So, yep, a few clashes there, but I think we managed to get you all in, and hopefully you're all okay. There's not been too much getting battered and bruised in the check-in corridor. So let's go and check that everybody's okay. Bill, you're up first, sir, all the way from Oakhurst, Texas, N5GLO. Welcome, Bill. Happy Friday. Phone, sir. It's all yours.
N5GLO to the net. Just want to say howdy Graham and all the other folks out there. Just finally got myself in here again. Been doing a few things today and keeping up a little bit around here. Not quite keeping up enough to keep the wife happy, but at least keeping up enough that she's not beating on me. Anyway, we had lots of rain yesterday, and we even had a short power outage last night for a couple hours. But right now we're doing well, better than folks heard are doing down in Houston. I said there's quite a number of folks down there that are out of power because of somebody said a big main line fell across the freeway at some point yesterday. So it's been interesting weather down here. But right now, hopefully we're going to dry up enough that in the next couple of days I can get some mowing done because it's getting wild out there. Other than that, not a lot happening. N5GLO, back at you, Graham.
Well, thanks so much, Bill, for again taking the time to stop by today. Really do appreciate that. And yeah, we are thinking about those folks in Houston and their troubles that they've got just now. So lots of thoughts and prayers in that direction, that's for sure. But well, thank you so much, Bill. Yeah, I don't know. Did you say you're mobile? I'm not too sure. I was kind of wondering if there was a wee bit kind of mobile sound in the background. Wasn't too sure if you were on the move there. So anyway, do you have anything else for us there, Bill, before we carry on? N5GLO, please, sir, back to you.
There it goes. It didn't want to work right for right now for some reason. Anyway, no, I'm not mobile, but I'm on my front porch, and I'm not too far from the road, so every once in a while some vehicles do go past. And so that's why you hear what sounds like mobile background noises. But anyway, you have a good one, and I'll catch you later, Graham. 10-5 GLO.
Very good, Bill. Okay, well, thank you so much, sir, for being there. Really do appreciate you taking the time to stop by. And have yourself a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll no doubt talk to you again very soon. So we'll say 73 to N5 GLO. And with that, we're going to our good friend Ralph, all the way in East Lansing, Michigan, N8YQJ. And Ralph, I don't think you're on NetLogger, but I do see Corey there, KD8BOQ, says he hasn't heard from you in years, and he hopes you're doing great. So there's a wee message to you there, Ralph. N8YQJ from GM0 UUB. Welcome, Ralph. Happy Friday. And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours.
Hey, Graham, very good. Well, very good. DLQ. He's just looking in all the wrong places, that's all. I'm coming to you off from the ZMR group, 851.900, which I know you know that. I was listening to you, Graham, over on DMR. And so I went over to Ray's channel because I was having problems with getting in to the Drew Drop In this morning on the DMR, so I thought I'd better go over to Ray's Crosslink. But I've been listening for a while. Matter of fact, I went to the wrong channel at first. I went to the 065, and that's what he uses for Monday and then Wednesday. And I should know that by now. So I called him on the 405 and asked Ray the link was down, and we talked for a little while and told him I was going to come over here and check in with you. So I've just been waiting patiently until you start taking check-ins again. Very good, Graham. I just got to get myself busy here. I got a few things I need to take care of tonight. Pam's coming home tomorrow. She's been in Florida, down there helping her dad. That's not been doing the greatest. So she's coming back tomorrow. I got to pick her up from the airport. Brandon, her son's been working on this pantry that she was building. It's starting to look real good. So, what else? I know I could tell you. Do you remember Salim? He used to be around back when Bob and Rich and yourself and Ray and a bunch of us was with. Well, I think it was even before the guild. I think he transpired over to the guild, and he's been around for quite a while. So I don't remember if you remember Salim or not. He's from Egypt. He was trying to study for his amateur radio license. He was coming up with a glitch because he couldn't find the right test material. It was a translation problem that he was having. I think everything was written in Arabic that he had to test for. Anyways, I just talked to him yesterday, and he's had his ticket. Off the key there, Graham. He's had his ticket for a year and a half trying to get a hold of me, let me know he got licensed. Sent me some pictures of his shack, and he's excited about getting through it finally. So, Graham, I'm going to turn it back to you. I'm going to get busy around here. I'll continue listening to that as I'm working. But it's just nice to be able to check in. I guess I keep slipping off the key here. Would use the crosslink to get in from the ZMR because he does all the effort of trying to make this thing work. So, Graham, back to you, and we'll let you carry on with the net. N8YQJ.
N8YQJ from GM0 UUB. Well, Ralph, thank you so much for checking in. It's always great to have a wee catch up with you, sir. That's for sure. And yeah, that crosslink is definitely working very well. Indeed, it's our tech guy. It's Ralph that kind of hosts us on his, the virtual system there. So I kind of just give it a wee reboot now and again just to make sure it keeps on going. So it's just great to have all these connections. They do sound great. They really do. But thanks there, Ralph. I'm glad things are all going well. And yes, I do remember Salim from Egypt. I remember speaking to him way back in, 2018? I think I spoke to maybe 2019 as well, but certainly in 2018. And yes, haven't heard from him ever since. So great to hear that he's now licensed, and well, I look forward to hearing him. Hopefully, maybe even checking in. So when you speak to him next, Ralph, you can remind him of the International Radio Network, and he can just look up IRN.radio and see all the different connections we have. It would be wonderful to hear him check in at some point or just say hello. That'd be brilliant. So anyway, Ralph, thank you so much, and you take care, sir. And it's great to hear from you. It really is. So all the best to you, and we'll say 73 to N8YQJ. And with that, we're going to Portland, Oregon once again. We've been there before, but this time we're going to speak to Rock and Roy, KI7PKL. Roy, welcome, sir. Great to talk to you. Happy Friday. I love a Friday because we can talk at least twice. Over to you, Rock and Roy from GM0.
Well, hey, good evening, Graham. As I'm just trying to go through some death throes here too, so hopefully I won't. Hopefully I won't start coughing again. It's a beautiful day here in Portland today. The sun's out, and might even have my telescope out again tonight. It's been up for about a week, at least the moon has, and on good nights. I don't know, I think I've had it out 3 or 4 nights anyway, just working on stuff mostly. And there's always more stuff to do with a telescope. It seems like you're always adjusting something. So anyway, I'm getting a better handle on some of that. And won't go into detail here now, but just a few things I finally figured out that I should have figured out weeks or months ago that made a difference. And so hopefully pretty soon we'll be out imaging again. I pause. And the other thing I got going here, oh man, I got stuff on my roof. I picked a contractor to do the roof on my house. It's been up there for 23 years, and those things just don't last forever. So anyway, they delivered the stuff the other day. We were a little bit worried about people stealing it because this is such a bad neighborhood. It would really suck if somebody came and stole a bunch of the shingles from me. Turns out they deliver it and they put it up on the roof. They had this long arm conveyor belt thing on the back of their truck, and they pulled up and swung that thing over the roof, and just, one by one, the packages of shingles went up the conveyor belt, and they're all sitting up there for the day that they start working. So, pretty cool. So hopefully we'll have that whole thing done here pretty soon, and we can move on to bigger, better, and far less expensive things. Anyway, we'll send it back your way. This is KI7 PKO.
Very good, Roy. No, that's good news. That's good news, and and great to hear about making some additional progress there with some tweaks and different things and the settings, whatever. It's great when that kind of thing happens. You know, you think something you do okay is working okay, it's all fine, but then you find just something, just a new tweak, a new setting just to add into the whole equation, and all of a sudden things get even brighter and better. So absolutely wonderful. But I know you've already taken some fantastic just another quick look at your QRZ page. So when you're out there and doing some more imaging in the next few weeks, perhaps, are you going to continue to share with the rest of us on your QRZ page there some of these wonderful images that you've already put up? Will you be adding to them, sir? KI7PKL, back to you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Galaxies right now, and there's a little bit more tweaking we're going to have to do before we've really got this thing properly lined up. But oh yeah, absolutely. Once I've got something processed and it looks halfway decent, you bet I'll put it up on QRZ so other people can see it. So yeah, that's just part of the fun, showing it to other people. You know. I guess like any other kind of art, really, you know, I mean, this is a mixture of science and art. And, you know, it's just like any other artist, you know, you want people to look at it. There you go. All right, speaking of art, I have a gig coming up, and I'm going to drag the bass out and play a little bit of boogie. Back to you, KS7P.
KI7PKL, Rock and Roy. Yeah, well, a gig coming up. That sounds really exciting. You're going to have to tell me a little bit more about that. But as you were talking about images there and art and everything else, you know, over the last week, of course, this time last week, you might remember, we did have the Aurora Borealis was very active. And, you know, many people saw it. Just about throughout the whole of the UK just saw it. It was absolutely incredible. And around about this time, last week, maybe even before, MM7HQS, Helen, Queen of Scotland, was coming back and forth, showing me all wonderful images on her phone while I was sat here, all these colours in the sky and everything else. So I eventually just had to pick up the handheld there and go outside and wait for a wee while outside as I it was still there for some time. So that was really nice. So did you see the thing of the Northern Lights last week? But there's so many pictures and images being shared on Facebook and other platforms, and some amateur radio operators have got their kind of their beam antennas and everything else with the Northern Lights behind, and taking some really kind of cool pictures. So that was absolutely wonderful. So Helen did say there was a good chance of seeing them again tonight, but she's not come through to show me any images yet, so I'm quite happy just sitting here. Anyway, KI7PKL, yeah, so Northern Lights, you see them last week. I was very distracted while I was doing the net because it was happening right here, right then. Yeah, tell us more about the gig, sir. When and where? I might ticket. Hi. KI7PKL, GM0, UUB.
Yeah, well, I am very bummed about that. I even had the telescope out, and I was even outside a little bit with the telescope. I didn't see a thing, and I think I was just so busy with the telescope, I neglected to go down the street, and maybe I would have seen something. But yeah, so sadly I didn't see them. And then Saturday night there was hope that we might get another chance, and so my roommate and I, and we actually had a lot of fun. You know, we went out to midnight dinner at this place that was open about midnight, and then we took off up the Columbia Gorge to the east of Portland, and went to a place called Cascade Locks, and much darker sky at Cascade Locks than here. I mean, you could actually see all the stars in the constellations. It was a cool place to visit. And I took some time exposures and so forth, and yeah, still didn't see anything. So, you know, these things happen. And someday it'll happen again. In fact, I missed my first solar eclipse because it was cloudy. But eventually I saw another. So there we go. Back to you, KI7 PKO.
Okay, this is Golf Mike Zero Uniform Bravo. Going back to Rock and Roy. Right now I'm on the repeater phone. Our internet's just gone down, so Helen has left the Royal box and she's away through to reboot it as we speak. So Roy, I got some of what you said. You got some images, this and that, but you didn't see the Northern Lights. You're a wee bit bummed by that. So goodness me. But if whatever else you said after that, like where the gig is and everything else, and also, by the way, KY4NB Scott has given some advice on the almost instant message window there about all the shingles and everything else. So you might manage to see that, because I think you're still signed in there. So anyway, Roy, hopefully you can still hear me, and the internet will be back on within a minute or two. But let me throw it back to you again, sir. Yes, stand by. KA3BMS, Hank, with you shortly. KI7PKL, if you don't mind, sir, sorry about that. These things happen, but heck. So back to you, sir, from GM0 UUB. Go ahead, Roy.
Yeah, I thought maybe I'd broken it. No, actually, I thought something was wrong on my end, and I was starting to reboot stuff on on this end. So anyway, yeah, we're playing a private party, and private parties are just a lot of fun to play. They just are. So they always have food, and they're always just pleasant places and so forth. So looking forward to doing that. We our first gig this year, so hope everybody's ready for it. Back to you. This is KI7 PKO.
KI7PKL from GM0 UUB. Well, thanks again, Roy, and do enjoy. I'm very jealous. I used to like to do all the different private parties and everything else, mainly for friends and family. But 2 or 3 times a year, maybe a little bit more, we do something a bit bigger, and that was all good fun. But I haven't done anything since prior to COVID. But I have been playing. I've been playing the guitar a bit more. I think I said that last week, and generating some new tunes in the head. So I just need words. Hi. Anyway, Roy, thank you so much, sir, and we'll say 73 to you. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll no doubt speak to you again very soon. So all the best to Kate. And with that, let's go and see what's happening with Hank. KA3BMS. Hank, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours. How are you, sir?
Morning, Dad. Good evening. Have a nice week. Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, sorry folks, this is Golf Mike Zero Uniform Bravo. I think I'm still here. For some reason, the All Stars not kicking back up again, so I'm over here on. All right, yep, yeah. Sorry, I'm just getting kind of distracted by tech here. So think. Okay, I think I'm back. Please stand by, folks. I'll get back onto the All Star. Hang on, please stand by. GM0UUB. Okay, there we go. Things are lighting up again, folks. I'm really sorry about the interruption there. The internet went down, took a few minutes longer than normal to reboot. So anyway, I do believe I'm back. So goodness me. Anyway, Hank, I do apologise. I didn't hear your full over there. So let me throw it back to you. I think I did sign. I think Roy heard me signing. So all the best, KI7 PKL. And carry on down the list. KA3. Apologies once again for the bit of happen. These things happen when we're doing these IP things. And the microphone back.
K3BMS. I have nothing to add for tonight's or contribute to tonight's net. Have a nice weekend. Goodbye, K3BMS.
Very good. Okay, well, thank you, Hank, for stopping by, and apologies again for the tech update there. And all the best to you, sir, and thanks for taking time to say hi. So you take care, stay safe, stay well, have a wonderful weekend yourself there. We'll speak to you again soon. So we'll say 73 to KA3BMS, and with that, we're going to our good friend Cliff, all the way out there in Calgary, Alberta. Thank you for your patience. 6 Papa Lima Charlie. How are you, sir? Happy Friday, and the mic is yours.
Thank you, Graham. Well, now Sunday was raining most of the day, but the sun shines out, which means my grass is growing like now after a couple of days of rain. I was out at Heritage Park. They had a sneak preview for the season pass holders last night for a couple of hours, and quite nice. The sun was shining, and got to say hello to some of the horses and 3 donkeys and to the interpreters. It was nice. It wasn't crowded for a change, and yeah, it was a nice evening. Got to chat with people and exchange stories and learn some things. So it was a good evening. Noelle is curled up in our chair, and as soon as I'm done here, I'll be sitting with her and having some of my homemade split pea and tomato soup. Back to you, Graham, from V6 PLC.
Very good, Cliff. Well, thanks for all that, and great to hear that Noala's doing fine. Looking after your shared chair there. well, you're busy on the microphone, and shortly you'll be joining her. So thanks for the Noala report. Of course, give it a wee Scottish squeeze when you get back to your shared chair. For myself and Helen, that'd be amazing. And split pea and, well, you say tomato, I say tomato, soup, split pea and tomato. I don't know if I've had that. It sounds absolutely amazing. I do like a nice bowl of soup, that's for sure, but I think that's a combination of trying it myself. So do you often homemade soup? Is that your favourite, or do you have several different kind of recipes that you have in your soup there? So Helen's very good at the soup. She really is. She always makes far too much. No, it's not too much. She always say homemade soup is better this following day on the second day. And Helen makes a big pot of soup, even if it's just the two of us here. It's like she's feeding the whole street, you know. so you have this big bowl of soup and everything else, and there's still plenty left over for the next day. And yeah, very often I would certainly say that homemade soup on the second day is even VE6 PLC from GM0 UUB.
Mostly a recipe of my own devising. I started with a recipe from my Instant Pot cookbook and greatly modified it, adding the tomato soup. And today I added a cup of bacon in there just to try that. We get a little extra zip in the flavor, and also some quinoa, some red quinoa. So the split peas, the tomato soup with condensed soup. So a couple of cans of water in there and some chicken broth or vegetable broth, and then the quinoa, the split peas, and the bacon bits, plus some various spices, thyme and pepper, and what else did I put in? Oh, I can't remember. Anyhow, yeah, it comes out pretty good. I get 3 or 4 days worth of meals out of it, so it's kind of nice. Throw all the ingredients into the Instant Pot. It pressure cooks it, and I don't have to do anything else. Pot and eat. So it works out well. I kind of like it. Back to you, Graham, from V6 PLC.
Very nice. That sounds amazing. And no, all the ingredients there, absolutely wonderful. And when you said the bacon bits there, I mean, pea and ham soup, I absolutely adore. That's one of my favourites. So yeah, you're definitely knocking the door there. So that sounds brilliant. Well done, sir. And it's good that you're looking after yourself so well. Oh dear. Anyway, Cliff, well, all the best to you, sir, and thanks again for checking in. It's always great to have you on the net here. It really is. And you take care. And of course, as we said already, give Nuala a wee squeeze from myself and Helen. That'd be amazing. And have yourself a wonderful weekend and stay safe and stay well. I look forward to catching up with you again very soon. So all the best to you, Cliff, and 73 to VE6 PLC. Let's carry on down the list, and we're going out to Ontario, Canada. And going to speak to Victor 3 Oscar Uniform Alpha VE3 OUA. Welcome once again, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping by. The microphone is all yours. Go ahead.
My good friend Graham, I should say, to the Queen of Scotland, get to the accent quite right. I think I there. The court wears. What can I say? Shut up, really. But I want to the Queen of Scotland. I wish you the best. And good to hear your voice every week or something. Take care, Graham. All the best. Here. I think I'm losing my voice. So take care, all the best, and there's a big friendly squeeze for you for the baby. Take care of yourself, and take care of Helen. Bye-bye, sir.
Victor Echo 3 Oscar Uniform Alpha. Well, my friend, thank you so much for all your kind words there, and for checking in again. It's always great to hear from you, sir. It really is, and I hope you and yours also have a wonderful weekend, and stay safe and stay well. And Helen, Queen of Scotland, is of course waving her hand from the royal box as well, sir. So thank you, and you take care, and we'll hopefully again speak to you very soon. So we'll say 70 to Victor Echo 3 Oscar Uniform Alpha, and that does bring us down to the bottom of the list. So looking at the time, folks, I would say we're kind of getting quite close to last call check-ins. So this is Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo Graham here in Aldol and Jeanette Control for this week's edition of the International Radio Network's KB1 Multi-mode net, and we're looking for a round of check-ins. This is last call for check-ins, folks. So you know what to do. It's a call sign. It's slowly, phonetically, and of course twice. Please call now.
This is Victor Alpha 3, Oscar Foxtrot Echo. Which net am I calling to? I say again, this is Victor Alpha 3, Oscar Foxtrot Echo. Currently confused about which net I'm talking to.
Victor Alpha E, Oscar Foxtrot Echo. I believe that is a Zachariah. This is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland, net control for the International Radio Network KB1 Multi-mode net, which meets here every Friday and has done since January 2020. So yeah, I don't know how you're connecting, sir, or wherever, but we're on the International Radio Network, connected with the Extended Freedom Network, and there's other networks do drop in, is there, and several others. I'm not quite sure. I'm not on the dashboard right now. So anyway, over to you, sir. Victor Alpha 3, Oscar Foxtrot Echo from GM0 UUB. Over to you, sir. Welcome and happy Friday.
Yes, happy Friday, and thank you for having me on. I tell every net controller every time I sign into a net, as a result of the TWR QRM, I tend not to like wait for the net just to start and then sign in. But if I if I turn my radio on and I hear a net going, then I may drop in and say hello. Let me drop it. As for what's new with me, not a heck of a lot. I've recently obtained a premium anxiety over the third and probably final World War that appears to be on the horizon and approaching ever more quickly. But hey, you know, I guess that just means that we've spent the time that we have during normalcy or relative normalcy. As for the family stuff, and I are going to be celebrating our 4th anniversary on the 12th of June. Again, my wife and I are going to be celebrating our 4th anniversary on the 12th of June.
Very good, sir. Victor Alpha 3, Oscar Foxtrot Echo. This is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. Well, thank you so much, sir, for checking in. And, well, I'm glad you stumbled across us here. Like I say, we are here every Friday, but no, people operate all different kinds of ways. Sometimes people like to stick to the same nets and get kind of familiar and get to know people over the weeks and sometimes years. And others, like yourself, like to kind of hop around and just kind of spread the love in a sense, and just check into as many as different places. So, well, I'm glad you found us there, sir. I'm glad you found us. So it's great to hear you on there. So I'll pass it back to you for any final you got, and congratulations and an early happy anniversary to yourself and your wife for your 4th anniversary coming up shortly. So congratulations. So do you have anything else for us before we move on? Victor Alpha, Oscar Foxtrot, M0, Hotel Alpha Mike, Central Scotland. Back to you, my friend.
I do actually have one thing. Typically, the stuff that is available through the Jeff Bezos Candy Mountain, Bezos' Big Rock Candy Mountain on the internet. I'm referring to Amazon, of course. Right now, there is currently available a better than a like one of the old FLIR radios, and it actually costs substantially less than a FLIR or a the brand that you want to look for is HIK or Hike Micro, and the model number for the handheld kind of like 4x zooming, or 5x zooming, with like 6 different color palettes available, and software connected to a laptop computer using a security camera. You're looking for the model E03 or Pocket E. It's about $300, and that's $400 less than the FLIR C2 that I got some years ago, about 5-6 years ago now. No, almost 8. And in addition to taking photographs, this particular camera also records thermal video, which is a premium feature that the C2 from FLIR does not offer. Back to net.
Oh, thank you so much, sir, for the information there. Well, wonderful. And I just like photography myself. It's one of my other hobbies. So amateur radio, photography, and music. That's kind of it. And getting out my bike when I can, and all the rest. There we go. Well, thanks for that, sir. Really do appreciate that. And well, like I said, we are here every Friday. From 4 p.m. Eastern Time onwards. So we have been here for nearly 3 hours for today. So I'm just about to close the net. But thanks so much. I think you're our number 5 brand new check-in of the day. So that's absolutely great. And we've had, we've got 31 on the list there. So that's wonderful. But anyway, sir, I'm going to say 73 and give one more shout-out, a final round of check-ins, just in case there's any people lingering out there and loitering with intent to check in. You just never know. So we'll say 73, and thank you, sir. Have a wonderful weekend. All the best to Victor Alpha 3, Oscar Foxtrot Echo. So one last shout, folks. One last shout. This is Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. It's Graham here with the IRN KB1 Multi-mode net, and this is definitely the final round of check-ins. If there's anyone out there loitering with intent to check in, this is the time. This is the time. Please, call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice. Call now.
Delta Echo. That's Victor Echo 3, Whiskey Delta Echo, Warren in Toronto, Canada. Victor Echo 3, Juliet Kilo. Victor Echo 3, Juliet Kilo.
Okay, folks, well, thank you so much, gentlemen. You will be the last 2 of the net, and they're both Victor Echo 3. We do have Victor Echo 3, Whiskey Delta Echo. That's our friend Warren. Good to see you there, sir, all the way from Toronto, Ontario. So we'll be with you shortly. The other Victor Echo 3 station, you were very scratchy. I didn't quite get the suffix. So we've got Warren, but who was the other Victor Echo 3 station trying to check in at the end there? Please come again. I think it was Victor Echo 3 Juliet something. Please give it to me again phonetically and twice. Go ahead.
Victor Echo 3 Juliet Whiskey Kilo. Victor Echo 3 Juliet Whiskey Kilo.
Very good. I believe that's Jeffrey or Jeff out there in the Thornhill, also in Ontario. So, goodness, lots of Ontarians checking in at the end there. Thanks, guys. So great stuff. Is it some local repeater that's working there? You coming through the Canada hub? I'm not quite sure. But I do recognise Victor Echo 3 Juliet Whiskey Kilo, our, I believe, 6th brand new check-in of the day. So thanks for being there. You'll be the tail gunner. But let's go to Warren first. Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Delta Echo. Warren, welcome again, sir, and a happy Friday. And how are you, sir? The microphone, it's all yours.
Good afternoon, or I should say good evening, Graham, and everyone else on frequency. Thank you, as always, for doing this net. Always appreciated. Always nice to hear your voice. That's fun. It's a holiday weekend, and today was Friday of a holiday weekend, so going into the big smoke or the big downtown by the CHR today took me about 9 minutes because everybody went up to their cottage yesterday. It seems Thursday. Even the traffic home was negligible. Hardly any traffic home. Everybody averts the Friday, May 24th, Victoria Day long weekend. They avert the Friday by going to the cottage to Thursday, I guess. I can only imagine what traffic must have been like yesterday. Other than that, no further traffic. Back to net control. I hope everybody has a great weekend, yourself included, Graham. All the best. This is the CWD.
Thank you so much, Warren. It feels like it's been a wee while since we heard from you, so great to see you there, sir. It really is. Thanks so much for taking the time to stop by, and glad everything's doing pretty much okay on your end, that's for sure. So, well, thank you so much, and you take care, sir. Have a wonderful weekend yourself, you and yours, and stay safe, stay well, and hopefully we'll speak to you again awfully soon. So we'll say 73 to our friend Warren, Victor Echo 3, Whiskey Delta Echo, and we're going for our final check-in and of the day, and that is a Jeff for Jeffrey, also out there in Ontario. Victor Echo 3, Juliet Whiskey Kilo. You're a little bit broken, but readable. Victor Echo 3, Juliet Whiskey Kilo. Welcome to the net, sir. Happy Friday. And the microphone, my friend, it's all yours. Please, go ahead.
Victor Echo 3, Juliet Whiskey Kilo. That's Jeffrey, located in Toronto, Ontario. Sorry about the weak signal. I'll make it quick. But yes, that's right. Everybody, I as well as have a long weekend off. Very excited. It's always nice to take a quick break from the work schedule. So, project here for the night. I'm going to rearrange it. Been here 5 years, and it's been the same ever since. So today I'm going to spice things up with a new Chesterfield, a new scout. Anyway, Graham, thanks for learning the net. Maybe we'll catch you in the future, and hopefully the signal will have been improved to the repeater for me. Thanks for learning the net, and 73 to everybody. Victor Echo 3.
Well, thank you so much, Jeffrey, and your signal improved as the over went on, so absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you, and I said you're a brand new check-in. I think we today 33 altogether, and I think 6 brand new ones. So every week we've got several new check-ins to the net, and it's absolutely wonderful. But we do like to see new check-ins, so we are here every Friday there, Jeffrey. So it'd be great to hear from you again, and yes, even better with an improved signal. But now we made it work. That was absolutely fine. So thank you, Jeffrey. You take care, sir. And we'll say 73 to Victor Echo 3, Juliet Whiskey Kilo. And with that, folks, we are at the bottom of the list and the end of the net. So I just want to say thank you so much to all the stations that checked into the net today. We've had a great number, and again, lots of new check-ins as well. That's absolutely wonderful. Please do remember to check out our website. That is allthews.irn.radio. That's irn.radio. Of course, our partners, that is allthews.extendedfreedom.network. And the Facebook pages for more information, news, and updates. I'll just take a wee tip. GM0UUB Net Control continuing. I want to say a big thank you to all those guys out there and the gals that have been connecting up different nodes and repeaters, gateways, networks, everything else that make this net happen. Without you guys, honestly, it just would not be the same. So thank you, really. So there we go. Extended Freedom Network and Radio Network. M0TMG operating as DM5S. At the start at 2000 UTC. Of course, the net on a Sunday and the Hamsnet at the 2000 UTC, Extended Freedom and the IRN. Yeah, plenty of things to happen over the weekend. So everybody have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well. And until next week, I'll be returning all these things back to amateur radio use. This is Golf Mike Zero. You know, I'm here, Alva, Central Scotland, saying thank you, and 7-3. Take care, everybody. All the best. Toodle pip.
Oh,